people dying on day to day. Mess around, be a shirt or a poster. So I don't got time now. Be playing what he wanna be, rappers, yeah, I'm on now. What you thought now? I can't do it like that, you a lame. Got all this game and I still ain't the same where I came from.
Ross is my name.
What's good, people? It's your boy Shoe, aka Trey, aka the Shoe God, aka Shoemaker, Shoe Boogie. I'm starting my class today, the Shoe Surgeon School. So today is day 1 for us, and I'm planning to make a Jordan 1 white, red, and black OG style. So we're gonna put that together. I got a couple donor soles, but I got my package, so we're gonna take a look at it. Bam. So when you see that logo, you know what it is. That's that Shoe Surgeon logo. And then I got my shoe last, size 11. So you know what it is. Big shoe in the house. And so I got my package, got my material. So everything is all good and gravy. And I'm going to show you the shoes I'm going to be deconstructing and taking the donor soles from. Okay, so these are my donor shoes. So these are the ones I'm taking apart. I had started customizing these. I just wanted a colorway for the Cubs, you know, Chicago style. So I was like, but they've been sitting for a while, so I'm gonna take these joints. What's up, everybody? It's day 2. It is deconstruction day, so we're gonna go ahead and get it started and check it out.
Ross is my name.
Hey. Peso Picasso, Peso La Bird, whatever you want to call it.
Perfect.
Hey. Hey. I'm on this shit that they not on. They say let bygones be bygones. Grip on the net like a python. Jump out the top like I'm Zion. I want a realist, no caption. Need a little bitch in the fashion. She bust it bad like we crashing. I tell my shit, I'm about action. Hop in the studio, turn to assassin. I'm about those, no time for distraction. Can you imagine? Beam of the Aston. Ha, past them, I'm in the league of my own. Like mobile, I guess of myself. They like, so what you own? I'm working for generation wealth. Know to the shit that I'm on. you niggas not on. Know that the shit that I'm on. Hey, you niggas not on. Feeling like James Bond. Hey, 007, I get it, it's gone. Fuck the pop-on. Hey, nigga, I'm stoned. Know that the shit that I'm on. Hey, you niggas not on. Know that the shit that I'm on. You niggas not on. Feeling like James Bond. 007, I get it, it's gone. Fuck the pop-on. Hey, nigga, I'm stoned. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta sit back, enjoy life, cause you don't know how long you gonna be here. Hey, I'm in a league of my own. I might just go play for myself. All of this shit that you own, your dollars ain't making no sense. Don't act like you knew me, that's pretense. Took that little bitch to the deep end. She wanna slide for the weekend. Do say got me tweaking. Knew as a youngin', I've been up to something. I ain't body cousins, but I'm on the block like I'm drumming. I got the drip like I'm gonna. I make a wanna. I'ma hit it 4 times. You can call me stunner. They say you too smooth, boy, slid out the gutter, but still in the cut, so you could get cut up. Still in the cut, so you could get cut up. Know that the shit that I'm on. Ay, you niggas not on. Know that the shit that I'm on. Ay, you niggas not on. Feeling like James Bond. Ay, 007, I get it, it's gone. Fuck the pop-on. Ay, nigga, I'm stoned. Know that the shit that I'm on. Ay, you niggas not on. Know that the shit that I'm on. You niggas not on. Feeling like James Bond. 007, I get it, it's gone. Fuck the pop-on. Ay, nigga, I'm stoned.
Picasso, piss on the bird, whatever you want to call it. I sick of class, started making classics.
Ross is my name.
Fuck going on, there's a whole lot of ice shit going on.
Gang, man, gang. 20 gang, 20 gang. If it ain't 20 gang, it ain't nothing.
Underdogs winning. What the fuck they talking? Hey, the underdogs
gang,
winning.
they winning, man.
Underdogs winning.
Ooh, it's true. Gas all I smoke, backwards what I roll. 45 my side, devil want my soul. Bad bitch in the ride, go wherever I go. Do whatever I want, she don't ever say no. Gas all I smoke, backwards where I roll. 45 on my side, devil want my soul. Bad bitch in the ride, go wherever I go. Do whatever I want, she don't ever say no. I get fly for no reason, never I commit treason. Fuck the bitch that I'm leaving, already I'm bleeding. Ooh, drop down, I ain't stay in school. Make mines, had to break the rules. Fast cars and fancy jewels, front on me, you gon' make the news. That's a bet for show that, just letting you know that. I be low where your hoe at, show me where the dough at. I roll around, I hold it down, down to the ground. I run the town, go 100 miles, got 100 styles. Be running wild while the money pile. Gas all I smoke, backwards what I roll. 45 my side, devil want my soul. Bad bitch in the ride, go wherever I go. Do whatever I want,
She don't ever say no. Gas all I smoke. Backwards where I roll. 45 on my side. Devil on my soul. Bad bitch in the ride. Go wherever I go. Do whatever I want. She don't ever say no. I'm sauced up, I'm dripping. I'm bossed up, I'm pimping. I'm double cupping, I'm sipping. Them niggas hating and tripping. I'm taking all of they bitches. I'm making all of my riches. I handle all of my business. Then peel off with the quickness. Lord, can I get a witness? Buy everything expensive. There's food for thought for them dishes. Be careful with your wishes. You never know how far I go. Hold tight, won't let it go. No one else got a better flow. Get better, and better. Gas all I smoke. Backwards where I roll. 45 on my side. Devil on my soul. Bad bitch in the ride. Go wherever I go. Do whatever I want. She don't ever say no. Gas all I smoke. Backwards where I roll. 45 on my side. Devil on my soul. Bad bitch in the ride. Go wherever I go. Do whatever I want. She don't ever say no.
Ross is my name.
Hitting home runs, walking through the bases. Haters can't take it cause they know I'm about to make it. Had this feeling every time, ever since I was a kid. Plans to get cake, can't wait on birthdays. People on the grind, gotta eat both ways. If I don't make it, I be gone to November. Cooking for your soul like grandma Sunday dinners. Room full of winners, wait, it's just me. Rappers are pretenders, they not what they seem. I be back chillin', relaxing with my team. If it's not beneficial or it ain't about the cream, yo, I leave. Keep on living and let the past die. Nowadays, music is stuck like they don't try. Give me the tools, I dissect them like a frog. I'm too ill, I came to kill it will. I'm tired of all these rappers trying to rap all complex. On world star claiming that they got next. All up on they vids talking about their lyricists. So stop it if you wanna try now. Cause I got a 16 that will end your whole career now. Whether label or independent, I'm known to be self-sufficient. I move with a deadly rhythm, I see you with my inner vision. Now what you talking about that I ain't hiding now? I put the flame to the street to burn the block down. Because styles upon styles upon styles is what I have. Rest in peace, Fife, and what up to the abstract. Shout out Ali and Jerobi. I speak.
Yo! Why do I even have this on? Can everybody hear me okay? What is going on? Welcome to NickMoses05 Gaming Podcast. Guys, we are on again. MoFam in the house. Hold on. I got to get you pulled up right in front of me, MoFam. I can't do you like that. Okay. Look at that. Ooh, Nick Ninja. Paul, I see you. Shane, I see you. Joe, what is going on, man? Oh, my goodness. And, guys, I want to just jump into the topics. We're going to roll this nice and sweet today. Thank everyone for tuning in. Wonderful Sunday, January 17th, 2021. For those who don't know, Shane, loud and clear. Glad to hear that. Shane, good to see you here. Man, we got a lot of topics, but I'm just going to take a second right now to tell you guys are rocking out. I appreciate all you guys. You guys been coming here every Sunday. Besides that, the videos, you guys have just been killing it. I just got to say that. I'm back. Got a new Switch. My man, Paul. Shout out to Paul with a new Nintendo Switch. So we got a lot of topics to talk about. Those artists that you see at the beginning were just artists that asked me to play their music. If you have anything that you want me to showcase at the beginning of these podcasts, just send me a message. Okay, that's just me giving back. I don't ask for anything. I just do it. Okay, these artists are all people that, new artists, and some of them are artists that have been out a while, but they're all trying to do the same thing. The clout chasing. Okay, that's what we're doing. Okay, Monday in Australia. Woo, man, Australia. Man, if I can get that accent down, it'll be a killer. So we're going to go ahead and jump straight into the topics because I want to take more time to talk with you guys. I be running my mouth a little too much, and today I got a nice drink. Okay, this is delicious. So we're going to go ahead quick, fast, guys, and cover these topics because for everyone listening to the podcast, they don't get to see the visual. Okay, so I like to go ahead and read the topics to everyone. Now, I got a sound check, said I'm loud and clear, so I'll just go ahead and continue. As you guys see on the screen, we'll be talking about a bunch of things. Now, gaming is weird. I could talk about anything. If you guys got something else you want to add in while we're talking, just throw it in there because I'm all about it. I'm with the smoke today. Today's the day. I don't know why. January 17th, 2021. Just today. I don't know. But nonetheless, Kanye West and Nintendo. Crazy story. I forgot the guy's name for Nintendo. Is it Reggie Fils-Aimé? I'm not sure if I pronounced that correct. I think it's French. I'm bad with names. Okay. All right. So we're going to tell that story. It's a pretty funny story. That's probably be the last time you hear about Kanye West on my channel. I just, listen to his music and all that, but, no reason to have Kanye West other than that. And second topic, gamers make better soldiers, which is something we're going to talk about. A lot of people wonder, are gamers better soldiers than these people who are non-gamers who come into the military? Would the Army rather have someone that's a gamer who has played military games and has experience? Okay, we're going to talk about that in depth. I think that's going to be pretty interesting when we get to that. New Indiana Jones game. All right. I'm not a fan of Indiana Jones. Actually, the movies I am, but the games haven't been. We got so many of these games. We're gonna talk about that nonetheless. Pandemic bad for kids and gaming, which has been a study recently that's saying, hey, it's bad for kids to be gaming as much as they do during the pandemic. We'll talk about that. A cyber attack at Capcom, which happened a while ago, but it was some details that emerged that apparently it was a lot more than 9 people. Okay. Devs and pirated games, which has been something for a while with people who pirate games. They get certain things inside their games that they don't typically get. I guess the devs planning something for you. Okay. Next one, Pokemon Go versus the UK police. I don't know why I put versus the UK. It's not like they're fighting each other, but that's interesting. We're going to talk about that. And for throwbacks today, we're going to talk about the Soldier console, which everybody knows was the craziest thing we've ever heard. Somebody just say, hey, I'm selling a system with fully loaded with everything. My name's Soldier Boy. So nonetheless, we'll go ahead and talk about it. But can everybody hear me okay? I see some people in Australia, man. I'm with the smoke, too. I see you. Love you guys coming out here, man. Joe, G.I. Joe has been representing, man. I can't tell you guys how much Joe has been out here just trooping. Okay, I see you on the page, Joe. Also making Joshua Drake. Avatar, fan-made game. You know what? I'm just going to probably throw that in for you. That is something. And I did get that article from Joshua Drake. Sent me that, which is an interesting article. Okay. And you know what? Avatar is amazing. It's a game that a lot of people really don't. I might be a little fan, but I'm too much of a grown man to be talking like that. So let's go ahead and jump right into this Kanye mess here. If I could just get it pulled up. Okay, so anyways, guys, I see here, I want to make sure my camera's pulled up and I got the subjects pulled. Okay, we can pull me up big here. Okay, we got it out. But this story, oh my goodness, hold on. I got to stop everything, guys. Joshua Drake. Appreciate the $5, man. You don't have to do that. The fact that you do that means so much to me. You guys understand, I've come from this nothing. When you guys talk about I'm starting my channels from nothing, believe me, I've been there, and I'm glad to grow with you guys. Okay, Joshua Drake, the $5, man. I can't thank you enough. Got to take this moment to say thank you, man. If anybody, donates, let me know if I miss it. I want to make sure to catch those. So that's very important to me, Joshua Drake, man. Thank you. So, anywho, my man Kanye West. Now, for those who do not know about Kanye West, let me just say, the man actually, to me, was a musical genius. Love his music, man. I'm talking about from College Dropout. We can go to different albums. All the first 3 albums. I actually liked 808s and Heartbreaks. People didn't like it. I did. I'm just a Kanye fan all the way around. Now you talk about what Kanye's been doing lately. I don't care about none of that. I don't try to get into it. It's just the music side for me. But now it's something that actually happened in gaming. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. So nonetheless, there was, and I think it's Reggie Fils-Aimé. Tell me if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Can anybody tell me, is it Reggie Fils-Aimé? Am I correct on that? I'll just go with it. Okay. So he shared a story about meeting Kanye West. Okay. And he was talking, this is Talking Games with Reggie and Harold podcast. All right. And this is on a recent post by Nintendo Everything. So shout out Nintendo Everything. I'm actually reading this from a Newsweek.com article. Okay. So on the podcast, he talked about how he was meeting Kanye West, and they had a very interesting meeting. And apparently Kanye West was interested in Nintendo. Who the hell would think Kanye West would be in? But the Kanye West video game, I could see it. He's all about just trying to get media across everything. All right, makes sense. So it says here, part of the meeting was talking about what he was up to. He was experimenting with a piece of video game content. He wanted reactions to it. He comes out and says, I want to work with Nintendo. So Fils-Aimé, he's like, okay. And he said at this time, they had so many different projects going on. The possibility of doing something with Kanye just is not there. It's not possible. Okay. Kanye doesn't stand a chance, but we all know Kanye West. So he said he had to find a way to politely decline the opportunity to work with them. Now, Kanye, I could imagine Kanye coming to you with an opportunity, and it's no matter what you say, it's going to be the deal's done. You're like, no, yes, yeah, no, stop. Okay. So Fils-Aimé said that he tried to let the multi-hyphenate down gently. I told him, Kanye, you don't want to work with us because we're tough. We're hard. All we do is push for the very best content. We would not be the type of partner you would want to work with. Okay. That is, I must say, in business, very polite way to decline someone. Now, understand in business too, you got to keep shooting your shot. So Kanye comes back and he says, Reggie, you're exactly the type of partner I want because of that reason. Oh my gosh. I was like, man, this is such an epic failure. If this is true, now I don't know why Reggie Fils-Aimé has to lie about it. But if it is true, wow, damn, he just declined him. He said, the reason you declined me is why I need to work with you so bad. Oh, gosh, I need to take another sip of drink. This is unbelievable. I can't even believe it. The ex-Nintendo of America executive described the encounter as interesting and mentioned that Kim Kardashian West was present for the meeting as well. Of course, the meeting didn't amount to a collaboration between Nintendo and Kanye, but it's a curious thing to imagine. I'm not going to talk too much about it today because, like I said, I don't want to cover too much about Kanye going into that, But nonetheless, Kanye definitely trying to shoot his shot at Nintendo. What do you guys think about Kanye and gaming? Is that something anybody cares about? Does anybody care to see a Kanye West Gold Digger game? Does anybody care? What if they could do College Dropout as an album and then it comes out? No, we don't care. We all do. I guarantee a lot of people would want Def Jam Vendetta to come back. I remember. No, I think it was Fight for New York. Not sure. But Def Jam, that was a classic series. Just some good hits. But no, we're not doing that, man. So anyways, on to the next one. We're going to talk about gamers make better soldiers. And the reason I want to talk about this is because a lot of people have not, really taken the time, I think, to do anything or say anything about this. And I always wondered growing up, is it possible that because I play military shooters, for instance, Call of Duty, you guys know, Call of Duty, best game in the world. I tell you that. It's the best game in the world. And if you guys got something to say about it, just know I'm a fanboy and I'm going to say that regardless, because I love Call of Duty. That's just the way it is. Every year, it's the best game. Loser, the video game. Call of Duty. It's the hottest series out, period. Okay? So because I play military shooters, there's a lot of tactical things you have to do in military shooters. There's a lot of hand and eye coordination, recognition, scenario-based recognition, just certain things that you need to know. So one thing I always said is, hey, does that give someone a military advantage if joining, let's say, the U.S. Army? Does it happen to give you an advantage? That's one thing I wonder. Now, I don't want to discredit anyone that's, had gun training. Okay, I have a FOID license. Okay, you can come here and find out. Okay, definitely encourage that. Okay, that's just me. But I wonder, does that help at all? And I can tell you, I played a military shooter and shooting games before I shot a real gun for the first time. How many of us have? That's something you need to ask. Have you shot a gun in a video game before you shot one in real life? I think you probably should. I think the video game depiction of shooting someone is exactly what you should get to know how real shooting someone is. That's me. But let's say someone doesn't play games at all. He never plays games, never played a shooter, and the next thing you know, shoots a gun for the first time. The training that you get, is it better to just train directly with no gaming knowledge? Now, I did pull up some interesting articles, and these are actually articles that, are on reputable websites, by the way. All right, so let's see this one here. This one's from CBS This Morning. I want to get you guys up here, too, so I can see you. And I don't even know if I want to jump right into that one. I kind of want to jump into another one because I got a couple on this, all right? But let's see. Okay, we'll start with this one. But it says, at one point, I'm paraphrasing here, but at one point, the Army missed its recruiting goal. And it said this was the first time since 2005. And a fact was blamed on the economy. And what the U.S. Army decided to do because of that, they had to attract more people to the Army or military in general. I'm not sure if it's just the Army. This is just what I'm reading here. So at that time, the Army formed an esports team. Okay? So they formed an esports team to be competitive in gaming, to actually, entice gamers, that you can come over to the Army. You could, give your services to your country. You can have your school paid for. You can get all the learning. You get discipline and everything. And we could use your actual tactics. So I thought about that, and I was like, imagine a kid who just plays nothing but military shooters. He plays Battlefield with I don't know how many people. He's got everything going on around him. He's got C4s trapped indoors. People are coming in from all directions. He's got, weapons to take down helicopters as well as weapons to take down somebody close range. This man has just mastered all the different scenarios. So I thought, there's got to be some evidence to this. Now, it says here that the Army, when they missed that and they came out with this Army esports team, it worked. They were able to hit goal again. Okay? So that is amazing. Just to, and think about the amount of people who actually shot a gun in a video game and said, I want to shoot one in real life. And they do it this way. Now, I'm not one to advocate violence. I want to state that first. I'm not one to talk about, hey, let's, shooting anybody is good. Okay. And if you're defending yourself, totally different scenario. But I'm not encouraging that. But does the video game help you in that? Does the video game make you understand the seriousness of as soon as you join the Army and shooting your first weapon? Does it change it? Because I'm sure some of you have probably shot a gun before you shot one in a video game. Me, on the other hand, I can't say that. I've shot so many guns in all types of video games before I shot one in real life. And I understood in every video game, when you shoot, you're taking someone down. It's never like, you know, you might got your occasional game where you're healing someone when you're shooting them, but that's not reality. Okay, you're usually taking them down. So there is a specific article I want to put, and that was from CBS Sports, but I have another one here, and this one I got to pull up. So let's get it here. Which one? Oh, goodness, I can't wait to talk about that. Oh, yes. Okay, so I got a bunch of them here. Give me a moment here. Okay, there we go. So, there is a study, okay, that says 10 to 20% of gamers would be better suited for the military than a non-gamer. Would you guys believe that if I told you that? Would people believe it? Now, I know gamers watch this and they're all biased, but let's be honest. Do we believe it? Do we believe video games could help someone when they start in the military? I think it does. That's just me, myself. And let's not say if they're going ahead and flying some drones. Oh, you better watch out. The gamers won. You tell me you get the dudes that never play games and you get the dudes to fly the drones, it's over. The game's over. It's just a game at that point. If they get to fly drones, forget even holding the guns. Let's just give all the gamers the drones. You guys go out there. Oh, my goodness. You're talking about elite. These game competitions, it's easy to recruit. Oh, you want to come work for the Army? Hey, come on. We get you over here. You can play this game. It's fun. It's just going to be real life. You know, so I'm not going to waste too much time on that. But I did want to go ahead and speak on it to see if anyone else has done. I thought I was the only one that actually, like, you know, it's like, hey, I'm shooting tons of guns in games, and then I shot one in real life. Some people's parents were like, you know, you can't play these games. My parents was wide open. She's like, play the games. They're all fake. So I already knew the games were fake. I knew they weren't real. You know, I played Mortal Kombat with fatalities. I wasn't thinking, oh my goodness, you could literally uppercut a dude's head off. Never thought that. Okay. I did play certain games back in the day, like Rolling Thunder, and you'd shoot someone and they go down, and you go, yeah, that's kind of real. So nonetheless, that's me. Let me go ahead and get it pulled up here. Hand and eye and fast thinking. Okay, I agree. Syntax. I think whoever is more successful in the military situation depends on more personality, which is molded by the time you're 5. Deep on them. Molded by the time you're 5. So it doesn't matter, okay, what he's stating. That's not something that you really get control of after 5. Deep. Okay, let's go back. So, all right, I want to get you guys on the phone. Like I said, this is going to be a straightforward night. We ain't going to, with no sidetracking. Okay, I'm on time. I'm doing like 10 minutes per each segment. It's nice. Beautiful. I'm telling you, I'm working it out. Okay, so new Indiana Jones game. Who cares? I really do not, but I must talk about this as gaming news. A lot of people do care, and I don't want to say anything bad about Indiana Jones. Specifically, a lot of people care about Indiana Jones. The movies were great back in the day. I don't think they last today if I was to watch one. And with so many games, we got, Uncharted? We got Tomb Raiders. We've been in every tunnel, everything. What can Indiana Jones capture that no other game can capture? So nonetheless, let me go ahead and pull this up on screen. Okay, let me get the chat over here so I can keep you guys up over here. Just to get you pulled up. All right, can you guys see? Okay, let's get it up here. And boom, there we go. Machine Games is making an Indiana Jones game, okay? But that's the studio. Hold up, we can't. I know I didn't have my face. You gotta have my pretty face there, okay? Can't do that, okay? But that's the studio. Machine Games is making a new Indiana Jones game. The publisher announced in a short teaser on Twitter today. The game will feature an original story and be a collaboration between Machine Games and Lucasfilm Games, with Todd Hayward as the executive producer on the project. But Bethesda didn't reveal anything further about the game in its brief Twitter thread and wrote it'll be some time before it has any more information about it. And that's it. We're not even going to go too much into it. Indiana Jones. What do you guys think about Indiana Jones? Me personally, I can tell you, and I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings that loves Indiana Jones. I don't care. I don't care about Indiana Jones. I just never have. But I do love the movies back in the day. I haven't watched them recently, but oh my gosh. Those, oh my goodness. What can we do? What else can we do in a tomb? What else can we do in a tomb? It's nothing else. Uncharted's done everything. Tomb Raider, I have jumped. I have grabbed from ledge. I have pulled up. I have swung. I have ran from every boulder. I have jumped every frozen lake. I've slid across it. I've done everything. What else is there for Indiana Jones to do? He can't do anything. Even if you relive the movie part by part, it will feel like you're playing Disney's Pixar. Okay? Whatever. All right, trust me. It's not going to... Don't do it, Machine Games. Just please, the remakes. Can we stop? When are we going to stop with the remakes? Let's talk about that. Remakes. When are we going to stop? I won't be surprised. We're going to see a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. Oh, what do you know? Thundercats has come back. Or we're going to do, oh, Ultraman. Look at Ultraman. He's here. Ultraman's here to stay. Hell, bring back Chip and Dale, Rescue Range. Bring them all back. What the hell? Why not? It's remake year, 2021. Let's start it off with a bang. Remake everything. Alchemy Gaming, what's up to you? Indiana Jones, I really love playing it on the Xbox OG. And Joe, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't even played it. I haven't played it on the Xbox. Maybe I'm just talking. How about Pokemon Snap? Oh, Paul, my goodness. Pokemon Snap. The first game I remember playing, and I actually rented that from Blockbuster. I think it was a while ago. I'm sad to say, I rented it. And I took pictures of Pokemon. The end. That was the end of Pokemon Snap. I didn't understand everything else. I took it back. You know, it's some of those games. Have you ever rented the game and you played it and you wanted to take it back and you tell them like, yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. The cartridge just doesn't work. Can I swap it out for something? And they look at you like, nah, man, I don't think so. You're going to have to keep this. You go, man, look, try it. And they can't try it. They don't have a system hooked up. So they trade it out and you get another game. Oh, my goodness. Those were the good days, man. I remember those. You know, you go rent, you know, one game, you come back, oh, this sucks. Let me get Tekken. Okay. Oh, Tekken for PlayStation. See, I need to stop, okay? Because Blockbuster's way before a lot of people's time, okay? Blockbuster Video was the stuff. You might see a family video around the corner from you. Praise those people, okay? Praise them. They're going, okay? They're not. How are they even lasting with everything going on? I see people selling Fire Sticks fully loaded. So how are they even doing that? They're just like, hey, I got the Fire Stick. You got internet. You're fully loaded. You got everything. What the hell? How is Family Video even open? How is people renting? Oh, my gosh. Crazy. All right. I'm sorry. I'm ranted on for a little minute. But nonetheless, my period is late, too. But you don't see me pinging everyone. Oh! You got Kyle's bot is late. I'm trying to let the people. Okay, you got to see Kyle's bot. I don't, you know. My man Kyle. Shout out Kyle, too. Okay. Young OG in the house. I don't know where he at. I remember Blockbuster and playing Tekken 1, 2, 3. Man, I remember when the PlayStation first got released in Blockbuster, right? I mean, the games. And just so you guys know, and I'm going to get off. This was just the problem is I'm supposed to continue the subject. But nonetheless, Kyle, what's up? There you go, my man. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So I remember when PlayStation first released, it was only how many games? I don't even remember. It was probably like, be honest, felt like 6 titles. Okay. It was like Tekken, some NBA in the zone, or not in the zone. It was like NBA something, but it was nice. It was a nice game. Some space shooter like Gradius or R-Type style shooter. Something else. It was just nothing. But Tekken was the game to get. And do you know how pissed I was? 8 games, Joshua Drake. Thank you. 8 games. It wasn't many. I just remember it wasn't many. And Tekken was the one. So imagine being the guy who comes up there and like, hey, you got, sorry, do you guys got Tekken 1 yet? And they're like, I'll check for you. And they always took forever. I don't know what those, they had to be running like 3.1 DOS or something. They was, okay, it seems like it's coming back on 11/17. You got 3 more days. And you're like, oh my gosh, 3 more days. So then you coming in checking about every hour. You calling them like, hey, did you get it in yet? Did you get it in yet? Did you get it in yet? And I learned the secret, okay? And it's sorry that Blockbuster closed. But the secret was you go late at night when they're about to close. Because all those ones they dump in the box, guess what? The bastards at Blockbuster are tired. They don't want to keep getting the boxes, so they let them stack up. And then what happens? They go ahead and go, oh, yes, we get to check them all in. Let's go home. And when you're there and they're checking everything in, you go, hey, do you got this? And they go, yeah. What do you think is Tekken? They're not bringing Tekken in at 8 in the morning. What was I thinking back then? You know, and I figured it out quick, fast, but still, it was just like, they're always going to bring it in late. You learn. They're always going to bring it in late. That's the point. Reserve more for money. I'm always give me normal. What's up, guys? Dead Specimen, Paul, Alchemy Gaming. I see y'all in the chat there. Okay, let me get to it because I'm supposed to get through the subjects. Okay. And what's next? Pandemic bad for kids and gaming. Now, this one was serious to me, dear in my heart. Okay, I got to pull this up because you're talking about kids in a pandemic and how things are bad for them, like gaming. Okay, and especially when you can't do any damn thing but game. What else are you going to do? Put up YouTube content? You could do a live stream? Yes, you can do that. You could like, share, and subscribe. You could also, watch the content. Okay? That's something you can do. But besides that, what else are you going to do? I mean, you can't do nothing but play games. So, I seen this article, and when it comes, like New York Times said it, oh my goodness, it's so real. Oh, New York Times, it means it's got to be real. Although, what is it, the Washington Journal or the all those popular magazines, they got to be it. That means it's it. The New York Times is worried about kids playing too many video games and too much video games during the pandemic. So now, I'm going to read this verbatim, okay? Yesterday, the New York Times ran a story that focused on how kids are spending too much time playing video games and using their phones during the COVID-19 pandemic. Today, that story was on the front page of the paper. This seems strange considering how the world is falling apart and democracy is dying in front of our eyes, but yeah, sure. Let's consider that kids might be playing too much Roblox. Man, this article was harsh on it, but this article was published, ran on January 16th, quoted by some experts. It's presented these scary numbers, okay? That just says these numbers were about the screen time. So I got to thinking, let's tell the truth. Can we probably say everyone has used more screen time than anyone or have you ever had in your life? I wouldn't doubt that. We went through a pandemic year where most people work remotely, and then you got people who are playing games remotely, doing Zoom conversation remotely, having holidays remotely, having all types of stuff. Of course the screen time is going to be crazy. What would make you think it's not? And what does that change? Because to me, it seems like, I will admit, the interaction and not having it does hurt. Okay, especially people who lack social skills, who need to get out there and talk with other people. Me, I was going to public school. They were always open. We came all the time. We could stay after all the time. It didn't matter, if you hung out to 4. Now all those things are being watched. So it's crazy to think that our kids are playing too many video games, but they're looking at a screen all day during school. What do you think is going to happen? They're going to turn and see a screen that's a video game, or turn and see a screen that's a phone. Or it's the same way any kid would do if they were in a classroom and the teacher was virtual and couldn't come over there and look at you. Okay? They would look right down at their phones and they would do that. They do it in class with teachers there. So what do you think they're going to do? Okay, they're going to turn, look at their phone, they're going to do something else. Because as long as they could get the gist of what you're saying, teach, I'm cool. That's what some kids feel. You got some of them that are, hey, grade A students, love it, continue to watch, pay attention. Then you got those who just not interested. So it's easy to say, oh, the screen time's through the roof. Well, you know what? Why don't you cut some deal to cut, a lot of these internet prices down? Why don't you save everybody a lot of money? Instead of complaining about the people who are, using the screen time, how about you make it more efficient? Okay, so everybody can use it. So then we can get through the pandemic without everyone having to feel like we got to go out. Do you know how I feel when, Illinois is not on a lockdown and people are like, hey, all the restaurants are open till late at night and you can go to any restaurant? I wear my mask proudly. I'm happy. okay, to go down and sit down in a restaurant. That's me. I'm old school. We got a lot of young people who are like, yo, I don't ever have to leave the house. I got Uber Eats, son. I got Xbox, son. Okay? I ain't going nowhere. This is the life of the new age. Get used to it, Pops. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right. They got a point. You don't got to go anywhere. You could order your groceries from your phone now. You can go right to the front and pick it up. You know, hey, here's your groceries. Thank you. You can do it at Walmart. You can order your stuff. Hey, go to the front. These kids don't got to do nothing. I remember I had to do everything. You had to go in and imagine someone else picking your fruit, man. You got to fill that stuff out. You can't have somebody picking up I want some, eggplant. They just pick up anything, papayas. They grab it and just throw it in there. Apples. Oh, my gosh. Okay? So, kids, I don't think the problem is the screen time. I think it always comes down to the parenting, don't you? As long as we put faith and trust in our teaching system to tell our children to continue staying focused, making sure they're staying focused during class, and maybe we just cut off the screen time during class time, which means, yeah, they might open a new tab. They might go somewhere else, but they're on the device and they're not looking at other devices. There's things we could do for that. Okay, we could always, it's always going to be parent. Hell, my mom, when she got mad, would just say, cut all that shit off, Nick. Bow, and it's all off. I don't get nothing. It's book time, baby. Okay? And for me, I was one that I think the only book I read was like Christopher Darden's book about O.J. Simpson trial. I don't know why that was the only book I read, but I read tons of magazines. So I was a magazine guy. I had all the Electronic Gaming Monthlies, the Game Informers, the official U.S. PlayStation magazine, the official Xbox magazine. I can go on and on and on and on about the magazines. I read magazines in and out. That was my thing. Okay, I've always loved to read magazines, get straight to the point, straight to the articles. That's just kind of how I've been. And look at me now. Still talking about the same thing. So, nonetheless, wanted to go ahead and just spend a moment on that. Do we think that our kids are spending too much time on the screens, first of all? Do we think it's too much? That'll be my thought, Now, so if they're spending too much time, let's say, on the game, what are the alternatives? You can do like family game nights, no TV and stuff during dinner. Sometimes embrace it. Play a game that everyone enjoys. Among Us is great. I can testify with my family. We've all gotten to play Among Us and we became addicted. Yes, it is one of those games where you all can pick up, everybody can play, and even the little baby girl 5 years old can play it. Okay? So it's many things you can do where you're on the screen, but it's not exactly like you guys are distant. You're all on the screen, you're together. Okay? It's things you can do to encourage screen time and to be healthy and not be just bad. What I think, and I will agree, I'm not a big TikTok fan. I'm going to get on TikTok, though. Don't worry, I'm going to get on there. But I'm not a big TikTok fan, so which means that when I see TikTok, and it's like it feeds your brain for those couple seconds, you're like, oh, it's interesting. How much can you teach in 15 to 60 seconds? So that's just me. I'm old school. I'm like, hey, you got to have a little more content than that. At least Instagram, I can scroll through the pictures, might see something that's nice artwork or something cool. Okay, I'll give you that. Not a big Snapchat guy. All right, so I'm not across all these. YouTube, yes, down. Facebook, down. Twitch, Twitter. I mean, you can go on and on. A lot of them I'm down with. Just certain ones I'm not. And my kids, I will say, are spending more time on the screen than ever in their life. All of them. I can guarantee you it has tripled. I went ahead and paid for unlimited, as I'm sure many people have paid for unlimited internet to not get charged with the overage, which I've been charged before. And if you've been charged, yes, you have a right to be pissed because we're paying for all this damn data and now we got to pay for it to be unlimited. Woo, where does it stop next? Hell, 1 second you got your game and you own it. And now you got a partial license. You know what I mean? You don't got a full license. Oh, I'm sorry. You can't play that game on this system and that system. Why can't I? You told me I just pay for a license, right? I pay for a license for your game. I don't need to have different ones for every game system. I pay for a license. That should be something nice. And you know what? That's something to bring up for everyone. We should have some sort of system. Since DRM kicking our ass all the time, why don't we have some sort of system where if I purchase a game from you, I get a single license and then I can log in from any device? What game company is going to do that? They're like, no, I can make double the money from you. I got people who want to buy this on 3 different systems. Duh. You know what I mean? So, nonetheless, I had to get that off my chest. Okay, I'm running through. All right. The cyber attack at Capcom. Oh, my goodness. Do I even got to talk about this? So, Capcom, apparently, guys, they had an issue with a cyber attack last fall. Okay. And I'm going to read this from the article. And this is, I believe, in the Japan division. Okay. And I'm one that I hate cyber attacks. I'm just got to go on the record. I hate that. I've been victim. I'm sure a lot of you have received those emails or a letter in the mail that says, yep, you pretty much were part of a cyber attack. Okay. That cyber attack got you. You got to go ahead and just change your names, password, everything. Get the hell away. Because that cyber attack got your information. Okay. I've been hit by many cyber attacks. Okay. And the cyber attacks, you have to change your, password, your security questions. You want to change all that information. Make sure you're safe. Also for government, there are certain things that you can do, whether you have to receive a PIN every year to put in your taxes where only you would have that PIN. It's a lot of certain things, that you could do to protect yourself from these cyber attacks. But Capcom, they did the dirtiest of things. So, originally, what Capcom did is, I'm going to read this directly from the article. Last November, Capcom suffered a cyber attack, as previously reported. The group claiming responsibility for the attack said they downloaded around 1 terabyte of data containing things like employee visa records, customer bank details, and internal Capcom information. Let's pull that up on screen. Let's get that with you. At the time, Capcom confirmed that the personal information of 9 people had been compromised in the attack. 9 people. Read that number right there. Can y'all read that? I'm going to just go ahead for the podcast listeners out there. It says that their personal information breached in the attack, bringing the total to 16,415 people. Oh, my gosh. So, this is what I mean by the cyber attack. Just stop lying. Just tell us our information got stolen. Save us the trouble. We can either decide to leave or we can decide to stay and change our credentials and trust your security. We have that choice. But give us that damn choice, Capcom. No, you didn't. That was bogus. That was dirty. You gonna say 9 people? 16,415? 9? 16,450. It's not even close. You lied. You just blatantly lied. And not only that, this is how you tried to cover it up. You tried to say, oh, did you guys mean personal information? I thought you guys were saying, like business partners, stuff like that. No, personal information. It was 16,415 people. Oh my gosh, man. Business partners, 3,248 business partners. And former employees and related parties, 9,164 people. Shall I go on? Employees and related parties, 3,994 people. And they all got name, email addresses, HR information, etc. Oh my gosh. That is nasty. Let's pull that back up. According to Capcom, credit card information was not included in the breach as it's handled by an outside service provider. Oh, well, thank God. Thank God an outside service provider handled that. Because if it was an inside one, we'd be done. They have everything. And you would say, no, they didn't get it. Okay. Next thing you know, I'm getting charges from random places. Oh, did you mean credit card information? Yeah, they got that. Oh, damn it, Capcom. I love your Street Fighter, but you just did something so stupid. Okay. Street Fighter, great game too, by the way. Okay. So, nonetheless, trying to get through these, and I'm doing good. Okay, I'm running on time. All right. Devs and pirated games. And the reason I want to mention this because a lot of people that watch my channel have dealt with pirated games. I don't know why. Okay, I don't know why. I can't say why. But I can tell you a lot of people on this channel have dealt with pirated games. So I want to pose the question. How many people have had a pirated game and played it and something was screwed up and you realize that the only reason you were having to screw up is because you have the pirated version? Epic fail, man. That is an epic fail. That is like the devs worked a number on you. They greased you up, you know what I mean, and slid it right down. Nope. Just like that. They did it just like that. The devs did you. You fell for the okie doke. You continue playing. Hey, man, why am I, every time I fly, it's blurry. I turned SLI off. You know what I mean? I thought it was SLI, and no, it wasn't that. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on. Well, that's because the dev said this pirated version, we're going to make sure to put in drunk driving in a helicopter. Oh my goodness. And no lie, that did really happen. And I see here Earthbound. Oh man, classic title too, by the way. All right. A very long time people have been making games, and a moment after people started selling these things, other people began stealing them. So developers have continued to include features that trip up pirates. For example, getting drunk in a game about flying helicopters. And this was seen in a new video from the Easter Egg Hunter, where he covers games that include some silly, strange, annoying issues that only pirates will encounter. Now, I'm not going to play the video. I don't want to, receive any strikes there. But I will say, Spyro, man, start talking. Okay. But there is games like The Godfather, where your car would just blow up at certain parts. And people would think, I'm just, no, it's the pirated version. How many people have experienced that? I will say, me, myself, I haven't had that. I've been getting, I don't know what it is. When I tried, and that was back when I tried my pirated games. Now, and I'm on the record, I don't play any pirated games. Nope, do not do that. Nope, not me. But back when I did, several years ago, okay, I played pirated games. I didn't care. You know what I mean? I didn't care but I made sure it was good sources. And nowadays, you got people who are reputable people. You got people who you could say, we have people come on the channel and say, Team Codex. They just call them. I'm team representative of Codex. I'm like, whoa. You know what I mean? What's the other? Fit Girl. I'm Fit Girl. You know what I mean? You just got people who just, for no reason, they just shout them out. Wonder why. They've been around the game for a long time. There's other people that have been around the game for a long time too. And when things get cracked, they get cracked. Okay, bam, boom. You might got to put a patch on there, something else. And let's talk about it. And now somebody's talking about most of those games got cracked. Let's talk about something. How many times have those same patches and for those cracks that were created to get you to play the game seem to be what players have to run to get the game to work in the first place? Can we go there? Okay, have we seen that before where they develop this and they're like, hey, you have to run this, you run this, and it actually fixes your issue. And it didn't come from the damn developer. And next thing you know, developer says you're banned. Why are you banned? You're running cheating tools. What a damn cheating tools fixed my damn game, you dummy. Then they apologize. Oh, we're so sorry. We made a mistake. We apologize. And, call us if you had any issue. Then you call and then you're getting your account reinstated. I had a guy tell me, okay, that he had his whole stuff rated in World of Warcraft. Okay, all of it. Somebody hacked in, took it all. They sold it for $1. Okay, every item. They was $1. They was buying up all this stuff. Okay, he's upset. He's like, man, what the hell happened? He's just looking at his phone going crazy. And next thing you know, he calls him. He says, hey, somebody hacked my stuff, man. You got to get it back. World of Warcraft was able to get all that stuff back and made a mistake and did it ×2. So he got double the stuff. So sometimes it works out, man. I just had to put that on record. Nonetheless, I just want to say, shout out to you guys that have dealt with that issue. If you are pirating games, shame on you. We are not pirating games here. No, we're not. We are a healthy bunch. We celebrate great practices. Big Blue Box. They seen release console games. BBB. Oh, man. Big Blue Box. Oh, that was good. Big Blue Box. Ooh, that's a tongue twister. So, nonetheless, okay. Pokemon Go versus UK Police. See, I'm on time, man. I'm almost doing it. I want to get through these last two. So, Pokemon Okay, I gotta get it. Come on. Okay, I don't even know if I want to talk about Pokemon Go and the UK police. But nonetheless, so Pokemon, apparently in UK, Pokemon Go is causing people to step outside and ignore the lockdown orders in the UK. They are not stopping, okay? They're not stopping. They're going to continue to keep coming. You know why? Because Pokemon Go. Oh, my goodness. I have to pull this up. You can't make this stuff up. Okay, there we go. So, I'm just going to pull this. No, you know what? I'm just going to read it. Police in Rockford, near South End in UK County of Essex, aren't pleased with the behavior of Pokemon Go players in their region, accusing them of flaunting lockdown restrictions, which cover the entire country at present. The force posted a social media statement, which has now been deleted, but was spotted by the South End Standard, thanks to Eurogamer, as read as follows. Whilst patrolling, our community policing team have had cause to speak with a number of different men, all aged 30 over last week, or 30 plus or over last week. So all of them were aged 30 or over. That was very biased. I say that was me. Okay. That doesn't mean all those guys were over 30. That's me. Okay. But who seemed to feel it is acceptable to attend certain public places within the district to hunt Pokemon. Honestly, yes, you did read that correctly. If that happens to be someone you know, please remind them of following information shared by our partners at Rockford District Council. So, there you go. Now, it said the post was removed following comments from people pointing out that those playing the game were within their rights as they were exercising, which is permitted. Damn, tell me that's not a great defense. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. I got to pull myself back up. Shout out to the Pokemon Go players. They were like, as soon as they said you can't play the game, what are you talking about? I'm exercising, dummy. And they're like, you're not exercising, you're playing the game. I'm walking. I'm walking. Look at me. You can't say nothing. I'm exercising. They're like, damn, okay. But you're like 30. You need to really like run. No, I'm exercising, I'm walking, and I'm catching Pokemon. So apparently, I don't know if that was going to be beat, but they had to take down a tweet and they was getting backlash. People was getting mad. They were like, oh my goodness, you guys are worried about this. You need to be worried about something real instead of making these non-essential journeys. Okay. So they took the tweet down. They was getting a lot of slack. How does that feel? To come out and be like, you know what, we got it crazy. Imagine you're on duty, and I gotta play devil's advocate here. I always do that. So imagine you're on duty. You're just driving down the street, and then you see like, what the hell? It's like 8 people within a 50-foot radius. Okay, nobody's outside, but you got 8 people in a 50-foot radius. So you come outside. What are you guys doing? We're exercising. No, you guys are playing Pokemon Go. I could see it. You guys are meeting here. No, we're exercising. Okay, well, you guys got to get the hell home. Done deal. I can't even be mad at them. I see a bunch of people standing around. Move. Okay, get it. That's what my boss told me to do. And that's how they go. Okay, just remember, officers, okay, they work a job too. Okay, they just want to get home. All right. Same way as the Pokemon Go player wants to go home. So just go walk that way. Don't meet for the party. All right. That's it. I think that's a nice grief. When they start coming, you're like, oh gosh, it's a Pokemon party. You get in there, get your Pokemon and get the hell out. Okay. Catch. I'm gone. Okay. And by the way, what Alchemy Talk on Nick Mo's show. And we should have a virtual chat channel broadcasting from time to time. Yo, I agree. Alchemy Gaming. And for those who don't know, we do virtual chat in the Discord. I try to get in there, man. You guys got to understand, I'm a man with 4 hats. Okay, so different jobs. Got my online job, got my offline job, got my real paycheck job, got my family and wife and the kids job. 4 hats. I'm doing it. Okay, doing it all. All right, but definitely we need to do that. I want to do more streaming on that. So we will be doing it. You don't even have to worry about it. We will be doing it. Okay, so that's Pokemon Go versus that. And the last thing I want to talk about before I start taking calls, and notice I'm right there. I want to get right about 7, okay, for me to start taking calls. See, I got this all planned out good. I've been doing great with the time. That's what comes with time and developing skill on this. So let's talk about the Soulja Boy console. Oh, I had to bring this up, guys, because, this is classic. This is something I remember from way back. You guys, I'm going to bring this up on screen so you can see it. You guys see the article. Oh, my gosh. Who remembers Soulja Boy selling this system? Oh, my goodness. I got to bring in the new year with that one. I remember this like yesterday's news, man. Soulja Boy had his system. He was touring. He had his music coming out. He was like, hey, I got the Soulja Boy console. The Soulja Boy console is the best thing going. You could play Neo Geo, PlayStation, Dreamcast, PC, 3DO. You could play Wii U, Wii, 3DS, S2DS, DS, CSB. I was like, what the hell? You can play everything. How you can play everything on that? That's got to be some mistake. Okay? Next you know, they only selling for like about $100, $150. I'm like, no, hold up. Well, nah, I just changed the price. They $200 now. What the hell? They're going out. I'm sold out. I can't even keep them in stock. The Soulja Boy console going down. So I'm like, what the hell? If you guys remember, so I'm just going to read some of this, but you guys can see. All right. The problem, of course, is they're not actually his creations. They're tactlessly rebranded. Or tactlessly. Oh, God, that's even worse. Rebranded, cheaply produced emulator hardware that he's selling for 66% more than you can find it on Amazon right now. $100 instead of $60. For instance, in Rolling Stone interview, Soulja Boy said, I just think when you're coming out with a new product, you're going to be criticized. Soulja Boy console is capable of running PlayStation, Neo Geo, PC, Sega, Game Boy Advance, and NES games, as well as Soulja games. Yo, who? Soulja games. What the hell? Where did that come from? A Soulja. Do we have a Soulja game release? Can anybody tell me that? Yo, Soulja Boy, I promise you. Okay. According to the site, the handheld runs Switch, 3DS, Vita, Neo Geo, Game Boy Color, and advanced games. And it will have 3,000 games built into the system. So it's a Nintendo Switch. That's what I read from that. Okay. It's what do you do? I mean, Soulja. This is so crazy when I read this. Now, I'm not one to ever purchase a Soulja Boy console, but please tell me, is there anyone here who's purchased a Soulja Boy console? Can I know what emulators it was using? Was it just using like, basic emulators? She was using like Bling for PlayStation. Was he using like, please tell me. Oh gosh. This is wonderful. And you know what he did? Oh, that must be from a hardware distributor. For some reason, I don't know what they're doing, but this is good money right here. Buy the Soulja Boy systems. What happened with that? They call him Soulja Boy, a.k.a. Draco. But Soulja Boy said all that. So I'm just going to say, perhaps Soulja thinks he'll be able to deflect legal issues by passing any blame onto the actual hardware manufacturer. After all, these same items are available directly from Amazon. Honestly, I don't have any worries at all, any concerns, because everything we're doing is legit. It's been researched. He told that to Rolling Stone. Soulja, if you don't get the hell out of here with that stupid damn lie. Okay, everything on there was pirated. Hell, my whole damn channel, I be doing homebrew most of the time. Soulja, stop. Just say, I just got a system. Okay, don't put on the system. It can play all those things. People will find out. That's what you learn. You don't have to say that, Soulja. You could have just said, I got a new system and it plays Soulja games. Bam. People would have said, what Soulja games? You could have made one Soulja game title. And then everything else you could have left there. Okay, you could have even, just don't ship it with the SD card in it. Just ship it with the SD card on the side. Make it look like somebody just slid it in the box. And they be like, what's this? They put it in the system. And they got a whole bunch of stuff. But do not ship it with it in it. You just ship that system basic. You could have had a Soulja Boy console. And you could have had a Soulja game. And you would have made it through. And you could have made tons of money. But no, didn't do that. So, of course, they got shut down. All the legal issues that suffered. It didn't take no time. Soulja had to pull that off. He pulled it off talking about I sold out. You didn't sell out. Okay, and if you did, you sold out and you're paying all that back. We seen what happened to my man Tom Dilts. Okay, no, that's not happening. You got Nintendo titles on there? Oh my goodness, I know about the Nintendo Ninjas personally. Okay, you would not have done that. Okay, you're done. Okay, and not only that, Soulja Boy still is selling stuff. Lo and behold, he has a website that says Soulja Watches. Oh my goodness, Soulja Pads. Oh my gosh, what's it gonna be? Soulja Mask. Oh, stop it. N95 Soulja, no. So, Soulja Boy, thank you, but no thank you, okay, for that great laughter. And I just want to go ahead and put that out. He says, I'm challenging anyone and everyone who think they can touch me on Gears, Halo 3, or Call of Duty 4. Find me on live and get you some. So, he pretty much saying, I want you to put this on your system. Get on there and play with me. Soulja, you can't even play them games on your system, Soulja Boy. Stop it. Okay, you can't play none of that. The Soulja console was a terrible failure. Okay, you were full of crap. Okay, let's be honest. You were full of crap. All those were emulators, and I'm sure you ripped those emulators from somebody else that you should have gave them their props for their work. You should have said something about the devs and said, you guys, thank you. This is their work, and put it on there. And you could have probably got away with it if you wouldn't put the piracy side of stuff on there, but you didn't. You just threw it, fully loaded it, and you were saying, hey, yeah, if you're selling it in the trunk in your hood and you're selling it to people in your hood, that's a different story. But when you start selling it online, really? What the? I ain't got nothing else to say. So anyways, let's go ahead and get ready. Oh, 4 minutes left. Look at that. We're going to go ahead and take some calls. Okay. I want to go ahead and then hold on, while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and pull up this, because one thing I did have mentioned to me is this Avatar fan-made game. Okay. I got to pull this up here just because the unofficial Avatar seems like they talked about it on IGN. This is my man Joshua Drake, and I'm going to get Skype ready because I think Skype is actually hold on, let me get it open. Okay. There we go. Okay. Had to get Skype open there. But let me go ahead and pull this up. I see the incoming call. This is awkward, man. The unofficial Avatar game. So it looks nice. I will play the video. I don't know if I'm going to get jacked for the video. But what I will do is show on screen real fast here. Okay. Some of the different screenshots. And as you can see the screenshots of it. Damn game looks good. And I don't know if you guys know about Avatar: The Last Airbender. If you watch that series, it's real. It's intense. I haven't watched the whole thing, but I've seen enough of it to know it's a good series. Looks damn good of a game. Looks beautiful. I'm not even gonna get much into it. Okay, so let's go ahead. See the call on there. Bam! I got you on there. I ain't put you, Kyle. It showed you. I see that's you, Kyle. Hold on, Kyle. Let me get you. Bam! Hold on. I got you pulled in yet, but I ain't even get my headset on, Kyle. I just seen it's you. I'm muted right now.
I can't hear you, Nick.
Well, let's get to talking. Oh, hold up, Kyle. I ain't got you yet. You still muted. Okay, Kyle. I got you on
I can hear now. All right, cool.
I figured out. It took a moment there. My man, Kyle, how are you doing today, my dog?
I'm all right, thanks. How about you?
I'm doing good, man. I didn't cut the big light on, so I don't got the light shining in my face. I usually like to show my pretty face, but today, just a little dim. But I'm glad to hear you're doing okay.
You wore a mask and covered your face.
Yeah, I did. And actually, I'm sorry, Kyle. I get a little crazy sometimes. That's what this drink do to me, Kyle. But I'm glad that you called in, Kyle. So besides me just jumping into the subjects, anything you want to talk about specifically, Kyle? You helped me put up that with the Android video. Help me out with that. Shout out to Kyle. The man helped me out on my webpage. My man Kyle is a young OG, young man out here teaching. Okay, anything else you want me to say, Kyle? I'm on a roll. You want me to go anything else?
I mean, if you follow that Android video, I'd recommend you update to a newer build. The one I made basically an hour after the video dropped.
Well, you know what? What I'll go ahead and do, we'll get the link changed on that. Okay, we can just change the link. Bam, bam, bam. That's how we do that. But my man, Kyle, I'm glad you called in. So, Kyle, one thing I want to talk about with you specifically, man, is gamers being better soldiers, man. Okay, I gotta ask you this with you, being a gamer of yourself, playing games enough. Okay, if I was to say, Kyle, I need you to join the military, do you think you stand a better chance than the kid who lives out in the boonies somewhere?
No, definitely not.
Okay, now I would say one thing about that kid out in the boonies, he's got his gun. He can just shoot freely. He can shoot out some cane. He ain't got to worry about hitting nobody. He's got enough room.
Well, half my family lives out in the boonies. Actually, probably more than half on my dad's side.
Nice. Okay, so I take it you're not out there.
I am not, no.
Okay, man. Well, you know what? You could be out there, man, riding the ATVs, shooting the cans. I don't know how they do back then. No.
Yep, that's fairly accurate.
Hey, you know what? Me, myself, Kyle, I must say, I think playing games like military shooters would make me a good person. I feel like my awareness is there. I feel like if I'm in the scenario, I can hear the footsteps. The same way I can hear the footsteps in the game. And then I know, hey, somebody's coming. And I already got in my head, you know what? This is not going to go right. Throw a Semtex down, run out, jump, slide behind the car, shoot the gun to the side while you're sliding, Nick. Then the Semtex is going to blow up, which is going to be a distraction. You come around the side, you shoot the other two guys. Can that happen for real? Or am I just too much in game world?
You're too much in game world, Nick.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. I appreciate it, man. I thought I could do it. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, Kyle, I'm glad you admit, like you said, it's not for you. The kid in the boonies definitely will have a step up, no matter how many. Do you think more games you play would help you out with that? Or you think it's no matter how many games you play, that kid in the boonies is definitely going to have the one hand because he's shooting?
Well, I mean, like, if I would compare me playing, I don't know, Call of Duty to my brothers going hunting, because that's, yeah, then I would feel like that, yeah.
Okay. No, I'm with you on that. Me, myself, one thing I say is I have a FOID license, okay? I have shot, okay? I've been with my wife. We've been shooting, okay? And I would tell you, shooting is now, it's become addicting, but when you shoot, it's like feeling that you felt in the game. That's how I felt. I felt the same adrenaline. Like if I shotgun somebody close up head range, bam! That's how it should feel in the shooting range, and that's how it feels. Do you think that this leads to violence in real life with video games?
Probably not.
I don't think so. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't think it does at all. Me, myself, everybody I've known who shot and killed somebody in the game has not killed anyone in real life. So I'm with you.
I mean, not that you know of.
Yeah, true. You got a point. You got me there. Not that I know of. Let's just say I hope I don't ever know of it. Okay. So now, Kyle, Kanye West, Nintendo. How do you see that, man? Would you have loved to see Kanye West video game? I have a feeling you would, Kyle.
No, you definitely have a feeling wrong. I have no idea why you would think that.
I don't know, Kyle. I got a feeling, man. I can see you with the Kanye shades.
I literally never listened to a Kanye West song. I didn't even know his last name was West until just now.
Oh, God, man. Kanye is feeling it, man. He hurt. Kanye, I don't know if you've seen the South Park episode, but if you've seen the South Park episode, they was talking about the gay fish thing, and you might have a little more clarity about Kanye. You need to check that episode out. I recommend check out Kanye West Gay Fish episode. It'll bring a lot of clarity on Kanye.
I've seen that episode, actually, Nick.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so you understand about Kanye's personality. So he might take this to offense, Kyle. I'm glad. Okay. So now, Kyle, a new Indiana Jones video game is dropping. How do you feel about that, my man? Like Indiana Jones, like the Temple of Doom. You remember, right? The Rock. I mean, the
thing that existed before I was born. Yeah, that one. That one.
Yeah, that one that existed before you were born. Correct.
Yeah, that one. Mm-hmm.
That correct. So,
sorry. I'm not very. I mean, I don't really care about a new Indiana Jones game. I gotta be honest here.
Okay, man. I'm glad, because you know what? I don't care. I've never cared. I just, when people said it, and it was so many people that was like, this is a big deal. In my age bracket, okay, they said, this is a big deal. But I just don't feel it. Now, Kyle, I'm going to put on record here, and I don't want you to give me any pushback on this. I have not seen Star Wars, okay? I have not seen it, Okay, and everybody tells me, oh, Star Wars is great. Everybody has seen Star Wars. I've never seen Star Wars, not one time in my life. So,
yeah, we already knew that. You said this before.
Okay, all right, good. Well, just people don't know. Now you know, and I'm glad don't give me any pushback on it because I don't have it in my watch list. Is that sad to say? Like, it's a classic one, but I don't think me watching Star Wars now is going to change the way I feel about, like, the Avengers. You know what I mean? It's just certain things now you just can't do back then. So I don't even care about that. But nonetheless, Kyle, you're right. Indiana Jones, way before your time. You know, you're young, man. There's a lot of stuff I'm talking about where you're just so young. You know, the military shooters, man. I'm surprised you're out there shooting a gun.
Stuff. I've never actually seen the Indiana Jones movies.
I will actually agree. I won't do you like that. You showed me a picture of a BlackBerry, so I will give you props on that.
Three right next to each other.
3 BlackBerries, and when you pulled that out, it shocked me.
I also have an iPhone 4 on my desk. That's not that old. That's in my top.
But no, I put some respect on your name. I had to put some respect on your name. You definitely showed me a picture of 3 BlackBerries, and I was like, oh, I remember the scroll ball. I had a bag full of these little scroll balls that you could put back in there when you lose them. And every time you would lose these things, you drop your phone, it pops out, it rolls somewhere. So you just go, oh, okay. You slap another one in there, and it worked. It was just nice, man. And BlackBerry, you know, yeah, it is what it is. But nonetheless, you did have 3 BlackBerries. So I'll put some respect to your name. You definitely rock with the old school. Okay. Indiana Jones is not your flavor, though. I can see that. Okay. So now I'm going to ask you, Kyle, who was it? New York Times said that the pandemic is bad for kids in gaming. They're spending way too much time in front of the screens gaming and doing things than they need to be. And these numbers are going to hurt our community for years to come. And these kids are going to be socially damaged, and it won't be fixable for years to come. What do you say?
I already feel like I already am socially damaged, so I mean, like, I kind of don't really fit in with most people. Yeah.
Well, you fit in. I don't know why you fit in here. What's the problem, man? You come to the channel, like, people say, "Hey, Kyle, what's up?" You know,
I'm calling everybody in this stream a weirdo, by the way. Sorry if that's an insult to you. I don't feel like it should be.
Oh gosh, no, a weirdo is to me. I actually played a game back in the days before your time, Kyle, but it's called Dweebs, Geeks, and Weirdos. Okay, so love the game, one of my favorite board games, and nonetheless, Dweebs, Geeks, and Weirdos was the stars. Okay, it was a game about dweebs, it was a game about geeks, and a game about weirdos, and I understood the difference. People thought it wasn't a difference. No, it's actually a difference. Okay, but a weirdo, you're just weird. You're just different. Okay, you're not normal. That's what I like to say. So, no,
I mean, like, you shouldn't want to be normal, because then, like, what's unique, right? Because, like, if you're just, like, a clone of everybody else, who cares?
And I'm with you on that, Kyle. You need something, some type of spice, something that makes you different. And in other words than that, you'll just be another one in the Matrix, as they say. Which I feel that way. I'm on YouTube, okay? I get on Facebook. I'm putting my content everywhere. I feel like one of the Matrix. Okay, I feel like it's nothing I could do. The only thing I could do is have my personality. So I do the podcast, so that way I can talk whatever I want to say. I can do my own personality. Can't nobody say nothing.
You cannot say whatever you want to say. I'm sorry, Nick. That's just not a thing.
Come on, Kyle. Why you got to put that out there like that? Now we know in reality, you know, what's morally right. Okay, it's right. And what's morally wrong is wrong. So you're right. I can't say everything.
Even if it's not morally wrong, YouTube doesn't like a lot of things.
They don't like a lot, man.
That's more what I was thinking.
They don't like a lot. There's certain keywords that it's like, bam, take it down. Hey, and YouTube's fine with that. You know, they don't care. They got plenty of YouTube content to go around. And me, myself, that's why the podcast is trying. I can't put all my eggs in a YouTube basket. I can't put all my eggs in a Facebook basket. That's why you got to brand and spread out. And that's why I got you here, Kyle. We doing the website. Okay, you're doing it with me. So you saying you're socially awkward, you ain't socially awkward on here. You talk to everybody on here. What's the difference from now to stepping out in this damn grocery store?
I mean, like, I can't go to the grocery store. We're in a pandemic. You shouldn't really be going to a grocery store unless it's absolutely mandatory.
Yeah,
Sorry, Nick.
you're gonna need groceries. That is mandatory. Now, see,
Yeah, if
Kyle,
I don't have any groceries, then
you're right.
yeah, sure.
You're right, Kyle. I'm a grown old ass man, and stuff like that is some old stuff to do. And I be saying it like it's normal. Like, man, you go to the grocery store and no, I forget. I'm old as hell. Okay, I go to the grocery store. I'm one of those people that I'm a city
No, that's
dude.
not what I'm saying, Nick.
What?
I'm
What you saying?
I'm saying I don't go to the grocery store because I'm 15.
And that's what I'm saying. I go to the grocery store because I'm 30
food
plus.
Just randomly shows up in the fridge. I don't know what you mean. Like, it's just there.
Yo,
I
man.
have no idea how it gets here.
That is so sad. I see. I
It's a
envy
joke,
you.
but-
I envy you.
Yeah.
I actually envy you right now because I remember those days where I just played the game all day and I came out hot meal. Oh my gosh! Oh, stop, man. See, that's why I'm mad at that, and I do envy you. But the good thing is, I'm the one slaving over that stove some of the times for the hot meal. So then I'm watching people eat, and you go, "Oh, they're eating my food." That stuff makes you feel good when you get older, Cal. You understand? When you get older, you're gonna see somebody eat your food, and you're just gonna be happy. You're gonna be like, "What the hell?" That stuff I used to look at. Nah, man. I appreciate when someone eats my food, and I look at it and I go, they're eating my food. Yes, I'm old as hell, Kyle. But anyways, okay. So, cyber attack at Capcom. Capcom said 9 people, turned out to be 16,415. What do you say to Capcom?
Same difference. I mean, like, 9 people and 16,000. I don't know the difference. Like, whatever.
You killed it with that. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When they say cyber attack, I just go to whole company. Like, to me, that's where my mind goes because I know they're never gonna. Not me. Okay, I'm one that if I have something happen on my computer and it would affect someone else, of course I'm not gonna tell them the full extent. I'm not going to tell them someone had full control of my damn computer and was doing whatever they want to do. I'm going to say someone infiltrated me through TeamViewer and then I had to change my password and now that won't happen. Just make up something. They don't understand. But then when they find out like, yo, you didn't tell me, Nick, that he planted bugs on all our computers. Sorry about that. Yeah, that was part of the cyber attack deal. Sorry about that. Do you think Capcom should pay for that?
I mean, like, they're not going to no matter what happens.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think
it's like,
nothing
sure, they got attacked, but like, is this like, maybe this is a part same as the SolarWinds attack? Maybe the SolarWinds got the thing with SolarWinds, it got everywhere. That might have been the same thing with Capcom, in which case then you should be going towards SolarWinds, right? Like,
talk to him. So,
and I mean, like, this isn't really Capcom's fault.
It's not
Like,
really
sure, they could have had better security, but there's no such thing as perfect security. That's just not possible.
Yeah, it's not possible.
Perfect security is just make it so you're not on the internet. Just disconnect from the internet. You're slightly more secure from virtual attacks.
No, I agree with you, man. Ain't no security perfect. Me, myself, the way I figure is, hey, everybody's going to get something. Just make sure what your real important documentation and things you need are safe. If you can just keep that safe, then you're good. It's just like you're at your house. Somebody, kicks down your door, their ornaments right there. The Christmas tree's right there. They could just grab all that right there, but your good stuff is in your safe. And that's why I think it should be online with all your, crucial credentials.
I mean, like, I know that there has been, in my neighborhood, somebody had their house broken into, and they had all of their stuff in their safe. So they pulled the safe out and dragged it out and took the safe itself. I'm sorry. But, like...
So what do you think? What do you think in that scenario, Kyle, is the best thing to do? Let's say, boom, they kick down the door. Give me everything you got. Now you're going. What do I do? Now I will tell you, Kyle, a true story that happened with me, and everybody who knows me know this is a true story, and how I had money after a break-in when I was in a very bad area. Okay, when I was growing up, I was out there. Okay, but let's just say, nonetheless, Nick gets locked up by some damn people that look like the U.S. Marshals. Okay? It's a true story. They all come there. They got Marshals on their shirts. They lock me up. People that see there, they go, oh, Nick's gone. They go in there, break down, tore everything up, steal everything you could. They took bowls and spoons. So you know when you're taking bowls and spoons, you're right there. You probably stay across the street. Okay. So I didn't have my security money taken at all. Can you guess where I had my money, Kyle?
In a safe? I don't know.
No, didn't have a safe. Didn't even have a safe. That's how crazy I was back then. Okay, thinking I didn't need a FOIA license. Okay, it was like, hey, you don't need one. That's what you need it for. It's in my house. Okay, but now you understand. So I would tell you, Kyle, I had money in the envelope. And guess what the envelope said?
Literally anything other than money on it.
Vacation fund.
Oh.
Wow, I come into my room being ravaged, torn up, dresser drawers dumped out, everything, the computer, they left the main computer, which I actually put in an old case. So it looked like it was from 1980, but it had all new stuff in it. They left that. And an envelope's on the floor, and I'm like, I pick up the envelope, and it says vacation fund. So when people, I just got to say that, come in there, it's always the least expected thing that works the best.
People are inherently stupid.
I agree.
Sorry, but
I agree.
A safe is more obvious than, I don't know, like a book that you just stuck money inside of.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's as simple as that. You know, just put it in a book, put it somewhere. But I believe the safe should be, I believe in honeypots, man. You put the safe there to get them to go to the safe. Okay, so really, you don't really have the good stuff in the safe. You got the good stuff somewhere else. But the safe is the honeypot, so they don't go check for anything else. You know what I mean? But anyways.
Well, that's what a lot of security, like, on network security, there's SSH servers, right? A lot of SSH servers have a dummy SSH server on the SSH port, which is 22. And basically, it doesn't go anywhere. It tells their client that, yeah, they got in, and then it just kicks them out. They time out after a while. So, like, if they're trying to brute force it, it just kind of screws with everything. That's just the inherent way to do online security, is by making people think they got in when they failed. Same thing with anti-piracy.
Preach. He preaching. Young OG preaching, not Kyle. Any last words, my dude, before you're out of here?
I mean, like, we've missed, like, 3 of the topics, but I guess, other than the fact that
we got to get around,
watching
man.
us in VR right now, because that's something that I thought I should mention.
Oh, Dead Specimen watching us in VR.
Like, if you like Android, go to the Discord and download that zip file. If you want it,
yep,
you got it. And
there you go. Yeah. Go to the Discord, download that zip file, and I'm going to be changing that link.
Update file is just an update file. It's not an install file.
Oh, nice. Nice. Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that. So I'm going to update my description. You know,
don't put that in the description.
I'm putting it in the description. It's too late. I already did.
But you can't.
I'm joking with you, man. I ain't putting nothing in there. I just gotta mess with you, Kyle. What the hell? Loosen up. All right, no, I'm just joking with you.
Yeah.
Kyle, my man, as always, you know I'm gonna be talking with you a little bit later, man. I'm gonna go ahead and check out that update file. I want to see what's working. And what did you change? What did you change in it?
Well, I didn't change anything. This is what the Switchroot team changed, right? Like, this isn't mine. This is the Switchroot still.
Yeah, cool. But I thought it was something specific that you may have changed.
It's just some minor bug fixes. The Switch's fans on the current build there just go from 0% to 100% and then back to 0. It's not like that anymore. And also auto rotate works better.
Nice. Okay, that's nice for the auto rotate. My man Kyle, as he said, check out the Discord, but I will go ahead and update my description, not with the update file, but I'm gonna put the information on it because there's some information I could add in there. So other than that, my man Kyle, I'm gonna talk to you later, my dude.
See ya.
NickMoses05 podcast. Who do I have on the line?
What's going on? It's Joe.
Oh, my man, man. Joe. What is going on, Joe? How you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, buddy?
Man, I'm doing good. Glad to hear you, man. You know, just get you back on the phone. Now, Joe, before we jump in to any of the topics, anything you want to start with, anything you want to take the floor with and start, just get the floor. It's yours.
Yeah, the atmosphere is all set, ready to go. You can go on NickMoses05's Facebook page. It's 0.17.1. There's a picture of gear files. That's the latest and greatest update. I want to thank Paul. I was missing some files in there, and he told me what I was missing, and I fixed it for everybody. So it's all working now.
Nice. And I'm going to just personally do a video for that. I got 2 videos to do. That one's going to be the top one. Then I have one right after. So, Joe, man, you've been out there just G.I. Joe on the scenes, man. I'm not going to lie. You've been killing it, my dude, just with the staying on top of it. So let me ask, with you working with Atmosphere so much recently, have you just felt like it's normal to you now? Is Atmosphere just as normal as SXOS?
SXOS is 100 times better. I'm always going to be repping for SXOS. Atmosphere, it kind of has a couple of new problems, which I noticed with some people. Games are deleting themselves, and some games aren't even starting up.
Okay, so like you said, some deleting themselves, some not starting up. And I will say I've seen a couple bugs here and there. I haven't got to fully test it like I wanted to, but I'm going to be testing it a little bit later after the stream. So I'm curious to use that. And Joe, shout out to you for that, because that's all you. I'm going to do a video, and we're going to give you all the praise you need, man, and appreciate what you're doing on the Facebook page. You've been definitely keeping information out there, keeping people informed. That's what we're trying to do here at MoFam. And also, before we get into these topics, Joe, when you get that restaurant, I need one of them steaks. You need to drop me off one of them good burgers or something, man. I hear you back there.
Oh, definitely. When you start traveling again, hopefully you'll be in the Pennsylvania area.
I'm coming. I make the trip to Pennsylvania area. Do not doubt it. I will make it there just to go ahead and try it, man. So anyway, okay, we're going to get off that because I can be all day with you. So now, Joe, we're going to go through these topics quick, fast, and we're just going to have a, laugh and joke time. So we're going to start with the funny one. Let's just talk about Kanye West and Nintendo. Joe, do you think Kanye West buffoon, crazy, psycho? Was he right in trying? What do you think about Kanye West even thinking of working with Nintendo?
He wants to do a music video with Mario, and he goes, "He takes my money while I'm in need." SXOS is a gold digger. Pirates in need. I think it's retarded.
Oh my goodness, it is, man. I can't believe, but you know what? A Kanye West and Mario video would definitely be hilarious. He takes my money. SXOS. Oh, stop, man. That was killer. But no, I think so with you, man. I think it's crazy. I don't even know.
I want to talk about those Soldier Boy systems.
Oh, you know what? Let's jump to the Soldier Boy systems right now. What do you know about the Soldier Boy systems, Joe?
I remember when those came out back in the day, I first saw those things, and I'm like, this is such a target for targeting people that don't mess around with computers. Like, oh, look at this, mommy. I could play, all the PS5 games on here, even though PS5 is not even out yet. It's like that thing's more bootleg than a bootleg DVD in Philadelphia. It's so horrible and crappy. I've seen teardowns of those systems. It's all crappy, like stamped, like it's worse than China plastic. Those things are such garbage. People are complaining, oh, they're sold out. Oh, the pre-orders are sold out. As soon as you mentioned this, I was thinking about the PS5 pre-orders. People trying to pre-order this piece of crap.
Yo, and I'm glad you said that, man. I do remember the craze over these systems. And I remember hearing him on the radio talking about these systems. And I'm like, it's got to be, because they're literally asking him, like, don't you think there'll be some issues with certain games? And he was like, no, I could rightfully use them. And I'm like, how?
Yeah.
How can you rightfully use all these different systems? You're the magic person, huh? Oh god.
Yeah, I watched an hour podcast because I thought it was hilarious with him and some other people like on his business channel. Oh, aren't you afraid Nintendo's gonna come after you and take you for all you're worth? Oh no, Nintendo's gotta be afraid of me. I'm like, boy, Nintendo's gonna fucking whoop your ass. I'm like, you don't fuck with Nintendo. They're the Neos of the video game world.
Yeah, they are. I will say that Nintendo it seems like when you get served, it's a ritual. You know what I mean? They lay out the whole carpet.
Yeah.
Mario comes. They walk up there.
Yeah.
And they serve you. You've been served. No! And you're just like, I'm sorry. Do you want to settle now? Yes, please. You just settle. But I agree, man. That's just like, oh my goodness, the funniest thing to hear it from you. I've never actually had one. I didn't know anybody that owned one. But I know when I was hearing about this. Now, remind you, I'm already using backups and emulators and ROMs. So I'm already familiar with this. So as he's talking about it, I'm like, so wait, you're telling me nobody's ever done this before. But Soulja Boy was the one that said, oh, I could do it. You know what I mean? It's like, oh.
Yeah, and on top of it, he's screwing the people over more. Because with the Chinese knockoff systems with the Soulja Boy, let's say it comes with 10,000 games. It's just copied and paste of the title, so you'll get like 35 copies of Super Mario Brothers 3. It's like you're gonna even screw over the people more by adding duplicates into it. I mean, come on, this is ridiculous.
That is so funny. I could see that too. Just adding, Super Mario Brothers European version, Super Mario Brothers USA version, Super Mario Brothers Russian version, Super Mario Brothers French version. You're like, what the hell? Why do I need all these different versions, man? Just give me one version, 2 versions, okay? I don't need all that. But totally agree with you, Joe. I'm glad you spoke on those Soulja Boy systems because those things were horrendous, looked terrible. Everybody said quality was terrible. I didn't hear one person ever say, yo, my Soulja Boy system play everything. I've never heard that. I've never heard nothing good about a Soulja Boy system, so that's just me. Now, so, Joe, let me ask you about gamers making better soldiers. Okay, this was something that I was thinking about because I'm one that plays Call of Duty a lot. And I play a lot of war games and a lot of games that are tactical, which means it's scenario-based. You need to know your surroundings. If you hear gunshots, how far away are they? Are they close? Do you have a long range, a short range, a middle range weapon? All these things being considered, I thought would say, hey, if you were to step into the military realm, you have an advantage knowing a lot of this than someone who doesn't play games. Do you think that would help the gamer in the military, or do you think the guy back in the boonies somewhere who's been shooting his pistol since 9 is just going to be better because he's been shooting his pistol since 9?
You could go 2 ways. If the kid's shooting his pistol since he was 9 years old, I watched this one video of this kid in Japan because in Japan you're not allowed to own any firearms. So he was doing airsoft for about 3 or 4 years. I'm going to make this long story very short. He went to the United States to do real firearms training, and he was an ace. So definitely that training combat helps you. As for the digital side, I think the kids, operating like, the machines and those bots and stuff, I think they'll do an awesome job. If someone came up to me and say, hey, we have this 4-year-old veteran, he's going to be working the bomb botter, or do you want the 15-year-old boy to do it? I'll be like, I'll have the 15-year-old boy do that job instead, because the hand and eye coordination, they're more advanced than we are. They are.
Yeah.
I see them online, like going through all this stuff.
No, I'm with you on that. I probably have to ride with you, definitely. I would love to just, like, if it's anything robotic, to see, because I see even my son, my son going to be 13 soon, but I watch him on Fortnite, and I go, oh my gosh, the recognition that you have to be able to jump, build, then edit, then switch to your shotgun and shoot all in a matter of 2 seconds. You know what I mean? I'm just like, oh, that's so great,
I want to go over the devs and pirates because I have a lot of information about this if you want to do it.
Yo, let's do it. I want to talk about that. So, and the reason I said this because, recently there's been a lot of people talking about pirating Cyberpunk, and I wondered, is there any bugs in Cyberpunk because maybe pirates slid it in there? Or what's this whole thing with devs putting in bad things in pirated games on purpose?
They've been doing this since the 1980s to like with the Amiga and the older gaming PCs. What they would do is to combat piracy, that you would get this like little like ruby, and you would look through this ruby to match up the lines. And that would, if you couldn't match up the lines, you couldn't actually start the game. So if you had bad eyes, you couldn't play the game unless you could match up the lines through the ruby. They also put like, unlimited like, kills for the boss. Like you can't defeat him in some games. They did all this stuff, and Spyro, they did some crazy stuff where, you couldn't proceed. A lot of weird things. This was mostly with older games because back in the day, you just grab a floppy disk and clone it. Same thing, you do all this other stuff. Back then, it was easy to pirate. You could pirate on, floppy disks, the 8-tracks, the cassettes. Now it's really hard to do it because you need custom firmware. So they're not going to waste their time with that.
No, I think you're right on that. I think you're spot on. Back in the day, it was just, like you mentioned, copying was just a lot easier. People can go on there and they'd be like, oh, I could download it. And I could see it being in a lot of games. You're just playing and you're like, oh, I can't beat this boss, or I can't do this. And you figure out quick, fast when someone else says, hey, did you steal that game? And you're like, no, I didn't steal it. And you're like, are you sure? Because everyone who steals it can't get past that part. And then you're like, oh, okay, I guess I maybe got a wrong version. Log off. You know what I mean? So, I always wonder how bad it was, and I'm glad you mentioned it's been happening for a long time, because me, myself, I didn't really start pirating hard until probably PlayStation 1. And I know it's probably happening even before then. So I was always curious, is this still a tactic even today?
Yeah, my first system was the PSP doing the pirating. Like, I went to Blockbuster, got a game, I got all their games. As soon as the 1.50 firmware wasn't compatible anymore, that was beyond my skill because there was no YouTube. It was just, look at this, look at that. And I really had a hard time updating the crack. Couldn't do it just because, not having the right information and everything. I'm like, damn, I'm stuck. I kept waiting. No new releases came out, I'm like, the hell with it. I'll just update it. Then as I got a little older, a little bit more smarter, things became second nature now. With doing this.
Nah, you're right. And I could definitely say, me, myself, now doing it, there's a lot of things that I tend to look at and don't overlook. But when I was younger, it was just like, the Xbox 360, like I mentioned my whole story with Geep, I thought it was just going to be simple. It's like, yo, hook it up and do this. And then you start figuring out compatible chipsets and certain things you can do. And I learned it after the fact. But just imagine somebody who's just been doing it since day one, or someone who's been modding systems since Nintendo, and they were like, oh, I had a Nintendo cart that had 750 games on it. You're like, how did you do that on one cart? But for them, it's second nature, and they've been doing it on and on and on. I do have some subscribers who have even been 50 or plus and have talked about doing that, which is way before my time. That was before I even knew modding existed. I knew about Game Shark, but I didn't know you can have 750 titles on one cartridge. So they kind of schooled me on that. So,
well, yeah, and you know what? All the stuff crosses over. I went to a Goodwill. This is a few years ago. I picked up a PS1 Game Shark disc. I'm like, all right, I know that has the boot file in there to boot up a game, an original game. So the copy games will work no problems. I have a bunch of PS1 games that are burned on CDRs. And I just put it in, press start, and that was it. If that was me back in the day, I would have no idea or even think of that trick to even do. So as you're progressively, with hacking and modding and stuff, as you get older and as you keep doing it, as you keep reading all these problems other people are having, you become smarter. That's why I love helping out people. I helped out 4 people today. They got their switches all up and running. And I learned more about how bad Atmosphere is with all these bugs and stuff. With SXO, I'm not putting Atmosphere down or anything, but with SXOS, that's like having, your girlfriend, and having, Atmosphere is like having your wife. Yeah, okay, all right, okay.
Yeah, okay, all right. Oh, that was a funny interpretation. I like that. And You know what? I will also say for me using SXOS and Atmosphere, I've used both. And it does feel like, and I'm not sure the way I use them, I always use my plugins in Atmosphere, and I'm not testing as much as you. So I definitely take your word for what it is, because like you mentioned, you're out there testing with people. So imagine having to reformat your SD card, put another clean version of Atmosphere on there, put these files on there and load it. And they're like, hey, does it work for you? And you're like, yeah, it does. So that's something that people don't get enough credit for nowadays, Joe. So I appreciate those 4 people that you helped. Same thing with me. I try to help as many people as I can, and then try to put videos up. So that's why the Atmosphere video is going to help, man. So definitely another shout out to you, man, for that. Especially, I just got to get that to you. All right. So, Joe, one thing I want to talk about now, okay, because we didn't talk about it, is the pandemic and how kids are gaming too much, how it's bad for their health, how these kids are going to be socially damaged for years to come, and how all the bad things with all the screen time the kids been using. Do you think this is true, or do you think it is being overblown by government propaganda?
100%. It's affecting everybody. It affected me, I'll talk about me a little bit, then I'll go back onto the kids. It affected me a lot. I lost a lot of money. My restaurant's not opened up yet because of this. It's mostly a scare tactic. I think it's kind of real, but I don't think it's kind of real. Also with the kids, what are the kids going to do? You tell them, oh, don't go outside. Don't talk to your friends. Don't do this. Don't go play Pokemon Go. Stay in the house. Oh, don't play your video games. Go do something else. Well, you can't do that. You can't have your cake and eat it at the same time. Yeah. I know a lot of people, I'm not going to mention their names or anything, they're in our age. A lot of people are depressed, as like about everything. And it's just like, how much are we going to put our lives on hold for this? Because the virus won't kill all of us, but the bad stuff is going to kill all of us. And it's not right. I feel bad for the kids the most, because it's like they don't even have a normal childhood. It's like you went to school, now you got to wear a mask now. It's just like, it makes no sense. And what they're doing with the kids for music is, check this out, this is hilarious. They're leaving their mask on, they're cutting a hole inside the mask so they could use, like a flute. What's the point? That's like, that's like saying I have to use a toilet, but I can't, my zipper's broken, so I'm just going to pee in my pants, but my pants won't be wet. This is hilarious. It's hilarious and it's stupid. It's like, you're kidding me, right? You know what you just did.
Oh my gosh. Hey, you know what? That's and I agree with damn near everything you just said. It is something that mentally, being that it's never been done before for many in this country, at least, it is going to play some type of mental, fuck around, as I should say, with your head. You just don't know, especially for people who spend 8 to 10 hours outside. Imagine the people who spend 6 to 8 hours in a gym, or someone who spends, 3 hours jogging, someone, all these hours of outdoor activities that people did just, cut out for a lot, or even cut
I
in
also
half.
have something else important to bring up in this real quick. If any of the listeners on here are using Comcast services, here's the deal. I went over a terabyte of my data. My dad watches a lot of stuff, and you know what the other stuff's for. But here's the deal. They're starting to downgrade people. So once you get to a terabyte, you'll get a message or you get an email that says, hey, you went over a terabyte. Call them up, complain really hard about it. You'll get your internet back to where it needs to be, and they'll give you like 5 months at a discount. I was on the phone with them for over an hour. They want to lock us all in the house. Then they want to increase our internet. They wanted to charge me $10 a gigabyte for going over that. I'm like, no. I'm like, that's illegal. I mean, I could get, what am I, overseas in Iraq? $10 a gigabyte?
Hey, you know what? I'm glad you said that, because Comcast actually stiffed me, and I had to pay $60 to $70 in overages on one account, and another account had to pay about another $40 to $50 in overages because of that same price point that you made. It's just ridiculous. And I paid for unlimited for both of them.
Yeah.
Now I don't have to worry.
Same here.
But it's like they almost force you into it.
Yeah, that's what I did. I had unlimited, and they're like, oh, well, you don't have it anymore. I'm like, did you send me a letter? Oh, no, we didn't. Did you call me? Oh, no, we didn't. Well, how am I supposed to know that? So everyone needs to be careful. It's not just Comcast. All the providers are doing this. They know we're at home and we're using a lot of data. So make sure you check your terms and conditions. Call them up, guys. I was going to make a post about this and put on the Facebook page. Just got too busy. I forgot about it. You need to call up and check.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I might have to go check mine too. Okay, I did check. I usually check every month. And last month I checked and it was, the unlimited. I didn't get charged the overage. Okay, I made sure, but that overage last time, they charged me on the following month. They didn't charge me on the month that it went over. They actually charged me on the following month. So I'm thinking like, hey, I call them, hey, we're fine. They're like, hey, it's good. Your bill's just this. You don't have to worry about it. Next month, bam, get hit with the overages. So yeah, watch out for Comcast. They definitely play their crooked tactics to get that data money. That's where the money's at. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
the only people that are succeeding is big tech and Walmart and Amazon.
yeah, oh my goodness, they are killing. Woo! And now, Joe, any last words that you got to say to the people before you are out, my dude?
Like and subscribe to NickMoses05. Also, if you guys need help with any tutorials or anything, you could always PM me. Also, look on NickMoses05's Facebook page. Go to the older posts. There's a whole bunch of videos that we all did, and all the information's in those videos. I have people message me all the time. How do I upgrade my SXOS? How do I do this? How do I do that? It's all the information's always over there. It doesn't get removed or deleted. So it's all safe over there.
Nice. My man, Joe, my brother, it's always, I'm going to be talking with you later, my dude, when we start working on that video. I'll talk to you later, man.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
NickMoses05 podcast. Who do I have on the line?
Holla at your boy.
Oh, becoming undone. What is up, my dude? How you doing today, man?
I'm great. What about you?
Man, I'm doing good. I can't call it. Another beautiful Sunday. I'm alive. As soon as I come off from this one, I'm probably going to go in there, cook me up some tacos, man, and I'm just going to eat, and I'm going to enjoy myself. I like to go back and watch my own stream. I know that sounds crazy to watch myself, but I like to hear y'all opinions of things, interpret it, what kind of show I had. I believe that's how you get better. Okay, so that's what I'm doing.
Yeah,
okay?
way go.
Yeah, that's what, exactly. You know what I mean? So, and Hakame, my health has gotten worse since lockdown. I think everybody's with that. I don't think anybody who health has gotten better, they are serious about their workout regimen. Okay, that's the way I feel. Okay, because you got to be serious to work out in this type of stuff. So, my man, becoming undone. Anything you want to start with before I jump into the topics? Anything you just want to start with?
Oh, man, Nah, I just wish everybody, good health, and good luck on endeavors, because it's been a tough year, and trying to figure out what's going to be the new norm, So everybody well wishes,
Nice. And I just had to put this. I read this comment and I had to stop myself from busting out laughing. Andrea said, "A mask with a musical glory hole."
You know what she got on the mind tonight.
A mask with a musical glory hole. Wow. That's all I need. That made my day. Saigo, good luck and stay safe the next few days in the USA too. Saigo, shout out to you. Everybody who's not in the States, shout out to y'all. But my man becoming undone. We gonna jump right into it, man. Your man Kanye West, he wanted to work for Nintendo, man. He shot his shot. Are you mad at him or you think it was a good shot?
Well, he tried. He's a businessman. I mean, he want to be bigger than Mr. Carter,
Yeah, he do.
Mr. Carter, he got Beyonce. She working. I mean, I know Kim's working, but I mean, you can only do so much with a cell phone and a selfie.
He ain't lying about that. You can only do so much. He ain't lying. You're going to have to come out there and we're going to have to see some real skills. Okay, so you right.
Taking the boot can get you so much. That's it.
Now, my man Kanye shot his shot, and they turned him down. Do you think any good would have came for that, or do you think it would have been a complete failure for Nintendo to even try anything with Kanye?
wrestling games might have had a better soundtrack. That's about it. I mean, like you were talking about the Jam and all that, man, there could have been some, I mean, or even like, Tony Hawk's and stuff like that. There could have been some decent soundtracks on some games like that. But other than that, I mean, it would have been just small contributions. I don't think it needs to be major. It would have been like star power, like you got these guys like, I don't know, the football players and basketball players, endorsing Nike and crap like that. Michael Jordan power. It's nothing like that. It's been small. Small prize.
Now, we got someone in the chat, Alchemy Gaming, saying Kanye West is the Illuminati. Do you believe Kanye West has done anything like sold his soul, anything? Okay. I hear that often. Okay, I hear that often. What makes you think that Kanye has officially turned his life over to the other side?
Man, I mean, I don't know. It's to each their own, to be honest, that's of their own privacy and privilege there, because we live in America. So, I mean, it's hard to judge somebody. You don't know what's behind closed doors neither. So.
Exactly. No, I agree with you. And, like you said, and it's funny with the Kanye West thing. Kanye West is one of those that when I heard this story, I was shocked, but I wasn't surprised, if that makes sense. So I was just like, dang, but I wasn't surprised. It didn't pass me that Kanye, I wouldn't be surprised if Kanye had a meeting with Tesla trying to have a Kanye truck the next day. Or if Kanye, hey, I'm trying to link up with Amazon. I'm trying to link up with Microsoft, get a Yeezy OS. Like he's always trying to capitalize on something. You're right. He's trying to be like Big Brother, as he says. Okay, where Big Brother's got, what is it, Rock Nation and being part of dealings with the NFL, have all these different artists and, he's big time. Yeah, he's big time. And Kanye has always, like they said, Kanye has been trying to make these power moves to put itself in that position. And now we hearing the big divorce. Okay, so my man Kanye, I don't know what's going on, but my personal opinion, I think him with Nintendo would have been terrible. I don't know if there's many. Do you know of any games that were successful, that were released or derived from rap artists or their music?
Shaq Fu.
Shaq Fu. Okay, I like that. I remember playing.
I'm just saying, man,
now look,
I don't know. It was okay.
It was okay. I was about to say, I remember playing it. It got raped in reviews, but I do remember playing it and actually liking Shaq Fu. But I just remember it was trashed. Everybody's saying, oh, the game's garbage. And I remember Michael Jordan Chaos in Windy City, which I enjoyed. People said it was garbage. Okay, another garbage game. I remember, now one I liked, and this is one that I will say, for rap music and videos. I know Wu-Tang had one. I'm not even going to talk about that one. But 50 Cent Bulletproof. That was the one game where I felt like I was 50 Cent. And I was running through gunning people down. It was the only game I felt like that captured what it's supposed to do. It just, hey, I'm 50 Cent. I'm bulletproof. I got on bulletproof vest. I run around shooting people. That was it. That's all I need to do. Great game for me. Okay, but nonetheless.
But did he actually do that? I don't remember.
You know what? I remember the game. I thought he had something to do with it. By that time, he could have sold a double CD with no words on it, and he would have went platinum. He was just...
Oh, yeah. He was big. He was up in the club, yeah.
Yeah, he was up in the club. He was the man back then. I think...
Yeah.
Look, he's a trash person with trash music. I'll take it to the candy shop. He was, he was the man back then. I don't know. You're right. Back then, he was the man. He was the man. So, now I'm going to get to, let me ask you, Becoming Undone, do you think that gamers make better soldiers than a normal person, let's say a kid who lived out in a rural area, who they shoot for fun in the backyard? But you got a kid who plays every shooting game. He knows every type of gun. He knows what type of bullets they hold. He knows the weight of the gun. He's never physically held. He's never physically shot it. But this kid is great in Call of Duty. Do you think he would be a better soldier than the kid who lives in a rural area?
It's going to depend on what section of military he could go to. I mean, because honest, like you were talking one time about drones, man. Hey, I can't even do a drone on like what was that, Rainbow Six Siege? Man, I can't even work them things worth the crap. But I can take my guy and I can slide in. I can jump on the side of the second story and snipe some people that way and stuff like that. I mean, it's gonna be situational. I mean, as big as I am now, I had an opportunity to lose about 15 pounds way back in the day and join the military for linguistic specialist because I speak Spanish. And I mean, it's gonna be situational. I mean, be honest, 90% of them gamers probably not. But you're going to have situations where people have such a special skill set that they can do things like linguistics, drones, stuff like that. Now, the average, I guess what people see down here in Louisiana, they going to think Cajuns and sharpshooters. So they're going to think most of us can do that. Me, I can shoot a gun, I can shoot 12 gauge, I can go hunt and stuff like that. I don't really like to do all that, and that's probably a big old thing. They're like, what? Cajun old boy don't like to do that crap. No, that's not my cup of tea. I prefer the electronics and stuff like that, the technology.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just going to be, to be honest, 90% aren't, but, you know, there's that going to be that 10% that, you know, will definitely have a different skill set, and if it translates military, yeah.
Nice. And I will say I agree totally on that. I know from shooting an actual firearm, no matter how many games I played, it wouldn't prepare me for the actual shooting of the firearm. It wouldn't have. Just the kickback.
Video games, you can change the settings. You can make something linear and not truly realistic, where that bullet's going to fall after so many feet and stuff like that. You know?
Exactly. And those are things that you do not, you know, take into perspective. You think like, you know, you're playing Call of Duty, you look down the iron sights and you shoot a bullet and you go, that's where it hits. But in real life, if you go to a shooting range, you find out it's not that simple. The little slightest of the adjustment, if it's not level, you see the shot goes way off. So I do agree to a certain extent, but when you deal with things like drones, when you deal with things that are remotely controlled, I almost want to say, what is the difference from them physically controlling the drone versus them digitally controlling the drone? I don't think there's really no difference. They're behind a screen. They have the controls. They're making the movements. If they master that on a video game, all you have to do is just create a real drone to move like that. There you go.
Yeah. Think about these battleship geniuses, you know, playing the board game Battleship. You think any of them ever went military in the Navy and actually did that crap for a living? I imagine there probably was one or two that did that crap. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. And especially, you know, if I'm in esports, let's say for the Army, and then next thing you know, we're coming up, we're having a competition, a game like Ace Combat, Flight Simulator. Now, we're going around having different fights, and there's this guy in there who's just great at Ace Combat, never lost a battle. And I'm just watching him play. And if I see the way he moves, the first thing I'm thinking is, if I could give him that same ship with those same weapons and he can control it from the comfort of his own home, I got me a super soldier.
Hell yeah.
Oh my goodness. So it goes both ways. I'm with you. And I've always said that it goes both ways. To me, the kid in the back who's practicing with that gun, he's going to be more accurate. He's used to shooting it more. He's not going to be afraid of shooting it. You know, that thing. Yeah. But I do agree. When it comes to the computer side of things, that gamer, it's going to be hard for me to say no to a gamer when you ask me to have him control something. I'm going to definitely probably trust my hands in the game.
Electronics, I'm going to give it to him. Live action, let's go with the country boy.
Now let me ask you about the new Indiana Jones game. Should we care or should we not care?
No, don't care about that shit. That's history. Let history be. I want something new. I want something fresh. I want something I ain't never seen before. Shit. We supposed to have creativity and innovation in video games. I want something I ain't never did before.
Oh, I'm with you on that, man. I don't know why. I'm trying to remember a scene from Indiana Jones.
I'm tired of recycled garbage. Shit. We see this from EA every year with Madden. We see it from Call of Duty sometimes. and stuff like that. I ain't trying to hate. I know you love Call of Duty, but some of these games out there, they recycle shit. I don't want another recycled movie and reboots and shit like this. I want new stuff.
Oh, God. And it's so funny you said that. Do you know, between me and my work buddies, okay, that is the joke. The joke is they know I'm such a fanboy. The joke is you get a reskin Call of Duty and you calling it the best thing ever. And that's true. I'm that much of a fanboy. It's just, and at least I think that's where your fandom should go. Either you're gonna play both sides, or you're just gonna completely just I ride with it or I don't ride with it. And Call of Duty, they will release a reskin version of Call of Duty, and it'll come out, and you'll hear me say this is the best Call of Duty ever. Why? I don't know.
Hell yeah.
It's just
That's
the fanboy
right.
in me. You know, I can't help it. But now, since we got that out the way, let's talk about the pandemic and these kids out here. Do you think these kids are playing too many video games, too much screen time during this pandemic, or do you think that is the only reason that they're actually sane is because of these devices?
I think it's a little bit of both. Depends on the kids, because some of these kids are, the athletes and stuff like that, and they've been used to all that moving around, and every kid needs a certain amount of movement every day. It's not good just to be laid up. But then it's helping them keep some sanity because they are socializing. Because if they're just stuck in the house all damn day and not doing nothing, and they only see mom and dad, they get sick of that shit, We love our kids and stuff like that, but hell, every now and then we need to send them to grandma and grandpa's house and let them love on them and let them have them so we can have parent time and adult time and shit like that. So it's a little bit of both because, they need that socialization and, socialization with friends or even just somebody else besides family is a lot different than, family time.
Yeah.
And they can't get the same type of socialization with us as they do in the school with their friends and stuff.
I agree. Now, do you think doing school digitally or on the computer makes it harder for kids to learn versus being in the classroom?
And that's going to vary with the kids because we know each kid is different. How many you got, Nick?
4.
You got 4, I got 3. Each one of mine is different. Now, my oldest and my youngest are similar, but they're still different.
Yeah.
And we know, hey, one can be super smart, one can be the struggler, and I got one that I thought was struggler. She goes to online school now. She is just whipping ass on it. Yeah. But the other two, they like going to the schoolhouse if they can, and they do real good that way. So, it just depends,
No,
so
you're preaching
it
right
just depends, yeah.
You're preaching,
yeah.
Man. I would say even my kids.
That's all folks are seeing it,
Yeah,
so,
it's been the same
and
for my
that
kids.
Are experiencing it, they know that some of the kids that are experiencing now, and some of them might be getting bullied, and they're loving this shit, not having to go to school and being picked on and bullied, It may be less depression for them because I've seen that shit. Because I had a friend in high school I actually had to step up for him because he would be bullied and shit. So some of it's a release. So it just depends on each of them.
No, I agree to that. No, my kids, same thing. I had one who's like, "Oh my goodness, since I've been working home, I've been killing it. I don't want to go back to school." And then I got one who's like, "Hey, well, it's a lot harder to stay focused on this computer." And first I thought was like, I'm grown, so I'm like, you have the ability to work from the computer. Do it great so you can have that ability forever. That's the way I think. It's my own grown ass mind. But then they're thinking like, man, I was so much more involved because I was around my friends or I was around other people that kept me involved. So it is dependent upon the child. And it's just weird times. I'm thinking 2021, hopefully, things open up a little bit more. Okay, when the cold or fall season goes by, we'll start warming up. Things will open up, and hopefully we see how it goes. They got the shots going around. Pfizer's just killing them, popping everybody with the vaccine. Okay, so I'm not one to get the vaccine. I'm one of those. I need to see it try, Nintendo Switch, I was one of the first. I jumped in line first for my Nintendo Switch. When it come to that vaccine, no. Okay, I ain't being the first in line. I'm going to have to see a couple people go first.
Nintendo has a track record. This other one don't. Nintendo's been proven that their ass can be popped first. This other one ain't.
Oh yeah, you're right. I got to give you that. They did have a track record,
Yeah,
so I wasn't wrong.
They've been proven for a long time now. This vaccine, it just come out. I'm like you. I ain't trying to be mean, but Nintendo for so many generations now has been proven their ass can be hacked. So we can go ahead and get them when they come out with the Pro that they supposedly rumoring about. We know it's going to have a Tegra still and all this shit, and it's going to be Mariko supposedly from the leak. If the leak is true, then we know this gun going to be hacked, and shit, we ain't got to worry about nothing. So it is what it is.
Now,
if the rumor's true, we going to hack the shit out of it.
If it's true, we going to hack the mess out of it. So let me ask before we head out here. Or you head out, because I might take one more call. I see a couple calls coming in. I might take one. So, Debs and pirated games. Now, have you ever had a pirated game that you were playing where you got stuck, something you couldn't beat, and you realized the only reason it happened is because it was a pirated version of the game?
So far, I have not, but you mentioned the Easter egg hunter or whatever. I had just been watching a couple of his videos the other night and seen that shit with, I think it was one of the Grand Theft Auto games had something in there. And then you mentioned Godfather. I'd actually seen that. The Spyro where it deletes your gameplay and shit like that, and you can't get to further progression and stuff. So, I mean, I think that's some smooth ass shit. Let you go on about 2 or 3 levels and then cut you off. That I think that's the slickest stuff ever right there, is to let you get invested in the game. Let you go 2 or 3 levels, get invested, let you get really interested in the game, and cut your ass off. That's so vindictive. That's so vindictive.
Oh, it is. And you know what?
It's wrong.
I love
it's not
that.
The pirating is wrong. It's screwing the pirate. That's what's wrong.
And that's what's so funny about it is just devs who purposely put this out there. So when they play it, and you're right, like imagine getting invested. You just deep into 3 and you're unlocking everything. And then all of a sudden you go, where's my, you start over again. So then you go through it again and you're like, hold on, I'm gonna make sure to save it and I'm gonna copy my save and I'm gonna put it over here. And then it gets deleted.
And you're like, okay, maybe it's my system. I'm going to borrow my cousin's and trade him, and it does it again. Then you're like, man, I done been mad.
Oh, they done been bad. Yeah, he definitely pulled out some good ones, but I'm one that I have not dealt with that.
Yeah. I mean, I think try before you buy is a good deal, too, you know. Some of these demos, I mean, I've said that many times over. More demos. More like in-depth demos where you actually have some decent time to play, maybe 30 minutes of a game. Because I've not seen too many games now that are decent RPG, 30-hour RPGs or at least 15-hour RPGs where you can try to speed run something through and you get 30 minutes into that. 30 minutes into a game, I think that of a demo would solve a lot of problems, except for the people that, I'm going to be honest, they're too poor. They go pirate anyway. And then you just go have them sadistic son of a guns to go pirate no matter what. They just want to steal shit. So.
Exactly. And no, I totally agree with you on that. And you got people that's just,
if you can,
that's what you got to do. Support, you could pirate some stuff, but hey, you got to eventually support. And I do believe in a try before you buy. I think there's certain ones, like I'm not sure if it's Xbox Store or one of them, but pretty much every game you could play for like an hour. You get like an hour time on it. And that's enough to give you to figure out if you need a game or not. And then not only that, just think of the countless amount of games. So now you're like, you know what? Well, I'm bored. Let me play a game. And especially if you just want to play a game for an hour, if it's worth your time, you buy it. So I do agree. I think that's a strong method to sell games in the future. I think right now it's not as prominent, but I think it's going to be more prominent in years to come. So my man, Becoming Undone, any last words you got to say to the people before you're out?
I'm not begging for money no more. Y'all know what it is. Nick, he going to start begging. But I'm going to tell you one thing. If y'all do love him like I do, you will like, you will subscribe, and you will share the heck out of his videos.
Yep, I need the welfare checks, the food stamp, your stimulus, all of it. Okay, all of it, my man. Becoming undone as always. You've been repping, you've been holding down MoFam. I see you out there on the page too, helping out. You've been doing it, my man. I appreciate it. You enjoy your day, my dude.
You too. Bye.
NickMoses05 podcast. Oh, I had you on. Whoever that was, I had you on. I lost you. You know what I mean? I wish I could just keep you on here, but nonetheless, we gonna go ahead. You know what? Oh, wait here. I'm gonna give you a chance. They was talking about some good stuff. Man, he was dropping it. Becoming undone. Always dropping some good knowledge, man. So how long does it last and what happens when the bio clock is up? So you need to change the bio clock or use a hack for the card. Oh, okay. So we talking about the DS2. Okay, I appreciate you guys helping out in there. The DS scene, man. I remember that scene. That was crazy. And I only did like 2 of them. Didn't have them my own personally. I think one was my daughter, one I did for a friend. You know, wonderful systems though, man. I will say wonderful system. Just scrolling up here. I want to see if I'm missing anything. The R4 cards have a time bomb in them. What the? Okay, I know a kid who would never leave the house and stayed in and play games all day long, years before COVID. Lots of kids are already addicted even before COVID. I totally agree to that. Even DJI Mavic drones, entry to mid-level drones, have tons of AI to automate the flight. Excuse me. So here we go. NickMoses05 podcast. Who do I have on the line?
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. My W soldered itself to my shower rod curtain. You know, it's whatever.
His W is locked in there. It ain't going nowhere. It is locked in there for a while. We haven't heard nothing. My man, Dead Specimen. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I tried calling you from VR, but Fire RTC is garbage. So, yeah, I just switched to my phone. Glad no one else is calling in.
Yo, I have to try that. How is that in VR? How does it feel?
Well, it would have been fun. I was calling in the Discord, and it was all right. And they were just walking around the Oculus home, but then I called you, and it, connected for 0.2 seconds, and then immediately closed out.
Yo, I am so going to try that. Now, I'm one that I've considered purchasing an Oculus 2, right? But I got a Windows Mixed Reality headset, all right? Am I fine with using the Windows Mixed Reality and just, they got so many tools out there, I can be able to just use whatever game? Or should I just go ahead and invest in that Oculus 2?
Depends on what headset you've got. Which specific one is it?
Oh my goodness, I want to go to the closet and just bust it out so bad. I will tell you, but I think it's a Samsung one.
A Samsung Odyssey. Yeah, those are pretty good.
There you go. There you go.
The thing is, there is technically they're 2 different groups, I guess, if you want to put it that way. The Quest is its own headset, so you don't even need the PC. So if you're going out and going out somewhere, you can bust it out in the middle of the night when you're done dealing with the in-laws.
Nice. And that's the big thing for me, because for me right now, I bring the PC to the front where we got all the room. You can run around all over, do everything. But with the Oculus, I wouldn't even have to bust the PC out. I just pull it out and bam, there you go. Oh, you might have sold me. You might have sold me right there. That's enough for me to get one right now. So
it's also got a better screen. The tracking's much better than any Windows Mixed Reality headset. You don't need to set up base stations, although I don't ever need to do that with Windows headsets. So
I agree.
It's pretty nice.
You know what? I might just sell the damn headset and get an Oculus. But you're right. You do got to set up the play area. You need good lighting. Great lighting is very important for those, because the tracking.
You don't even need great lighting. I've just got the one kind of crappy fluorescent light in my basement on, and that does the job just fine.
Okay. And I do see it. Look at Kyle. Windows, Mr. works fine with most Steam VR games, but it's got really bad. Yeah, the tracking on those mixed reality headsets is just, oh my God. Somebody said, keep the Windows headset, Nick. Andrea Mitchell. Oh, okay. Andrea said, keep it. You know what? I do got it. I'm just thinking of an Oculus, kind of deciding between the two. But I got it. I do got a 3060 that I'm going to put in the new build for my PC. So I can. Yeah, I know. I slid in one of those. I definitely got in the 3060. Okay, but I'm not even putting it in this one. I'm putting in my new build, and I want all new components. And of course, everything I want is sold out, of course. But anyways, that's best. So Now, is there any topic you want to jump into specifically, or shall I just jump in for you?
You know what? Take the show, my dude.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with your man, Kanye to the West, working for Nintendo. Do you think Kanye West working for Nintendo would have been a great move, or do you think Nintendo would have regretted this forever?
I don't even know what he wanted to do. What would he have brung to their company that would have been of any value? He does his rapping. That's fine. He's whatever at that. But you know what I think would have happened since this is a topic as well. It probably would have ended up like Soulja Boy. He probably would have tried to Soulja Boy up their shit, and then they would have been like, "Yeah, sorry, go back to doing what you were doing."
Yo, I totally see Kanye being like a succubi. And I see him just infiltrating one part, one by one. And he's like, oh, I want to take over the marketing division. Oh, I want my branding Nintendo Switches. You know, I want a Nintendo Switch with the shades, you know, just like me. Or I just see him being embedded in games. You're watching Mario, but now the soundtrack is Kanye. You're like, oh, God. What are we doing, Kanye? Like
Mario Odyssey, but all of the music is Kanye West music.
Oh, God, it's just all Kanye West. It would have been terrible. I think this would have been the worst move ever. And I think it's Reggie Fils-Aimé. I've been trying to pronounce that correctly. I think it's Fils-Aimé or something like that. But Reggie, thank God we got him. That was a smart move. Reggie, if there was anything that I talk crap to you about, I cannot say it about that moment. You did perfect by saying, Kanye. No, he pretty much said, Kanye, we work hard here. We're tough. You don't want to be here, Kanye. He's like, that's exactly why I want to be here. You're like, oh, God. Damn it, Kanye. So I'm so glad he told Kanye no. So we don't have to worry about seeing any Kanye West in Nintendo Switch gaming at all. I don't ever want to see Kanye West. But anyways, then let's say it's a Def Jam game. I might be down. We get another Def Jam Vendetta. You know, you can bring Kanye back. But you need to bring everybody back. I need to see Ludacris in there. I need to see Nelly. I want to see people who ain't even part of Def Jam. Hell, get Eminem. Get everybody. Get all the old rappers and put them on there and let them bang each other's heads out on Escalades. I think that'd be great. So, now I'm going to ask you, Dead Specimen, because I think for you, I think you play a lot of military shooters. Do you play shooters a lot?
Not really as often as I used to.
Okay. Well, let me say, if I was to say, I need you to man a drone for me in the Army, and I told you there's going to be another kid right next to you. He's never played a video game in his life, but he's going to man a drone as well. Do you think you stand a better chance than the kid right next to you?
Well, as someone who's used actual drones, no, I'm horrible at piloting drones.
Okay, so you're bad. But do you think that this kid who has no experience at all, do you think you have an advantage over that kid?
Maybe a little bit, but I think it's the difference of crashing in 2 seconds where the other kid crashed in 1 second.
Okay, well, that's good.
I'm able to get lift off, and that's about it.
Still an advantage. Now, let me ask you another one. Let's say you play a Call of Duty or some game like that where they have a lot of different guns. You're talking about a M16, an AK-47, a 1911. You got all these different guns. Do you think that knowing these guns and knowing the type of ammunition it holds helps you in the military if you were to join at a later time?
It might set my expectations. Like, you see like the videos of people who they're like holding a shotgun one-handed, and then when it flies out of their hand they're super shocked. It might stop me from having that happen, but I mean, they always say holding a controller is nothing like holding an actual gun, and that holds up in many ways. Mostly people will use that to say, like, you know, how people will go crazy and like commit a school shooting because they don't understand the difference. But the way that I is, you can never truly know how hard is a gun going to punch you when you take a shot. How long does it take you to actually reload a gun instead of just hitting a button and waiting 2 seconds? There's a lot of real world factors that don't get taken into account. so it would make it kind of hard to put that to good use other than saying that is that gun and, it's going to fucking break my shoulder.
And I will say, you're dropping some hard factors. That's one thing I think a lot of people will not understand. They think of, oh, I played a game, I hit the reload button. But you're right. An actual reload is not going to be that simple. So it will take time to reload. Also, the kickback of a gun. I don't care how loud the sound is. I don't care how loud it is. Trust me, it will rock you when you shoot it in real life. It just rocks you. It just do it. You go, oh. And what's so strange is that no matter how many guns I shot in a video game, nothing prepared me for the real shot. So I will agree with you on that. I think it helps to a certain extent, maybe knowing which gun. Hey, I know this is a powerful gun. I need to prepare myself. This is a handgun. That might help. But other than that, and who is this ZG want to become famous by followers, primes, and viewers? Oh gosh, people, I have no idea. People, I'm on Twitch too, so people drop in, they probably just like, oh, this is a great opportunity. He's live. He's got people watching. Hey, you want to become, hey, okay, that was stuff. But anyways, so now from that, new Indiana Jones game. I know you're hype. I can hear it in your voice, man. I can hear it. You're excited.
Whoa.
Yo, is there anyone out there who does care? Do you think there's one person out there who actually cares?
No, not at all. I played Lego Indiana Jones at my friend's house like 7 years ago. And that's the only time I've ever interacted with Indiana Jones, really ever.
Yo, I'm trying to think of a time like, I remember Indiana Jones games, I think I want to say back on the NES. And I do remember, back on the NES, hell, you could have came out with any game. Star Tropics, I loved.
Here's what Indiana Jones games are. They're one of two things. They're the game you get when you ask your grandma for a video game, and it's the first thing they see in the Walmart bargain bin. Or number two, it's the game that you get with your old console just to test to make sure that it works.
Or you get Lego Indiana Jones and you use it as a okay. I remember using that Lego Indiana Jones CD many times on the Wii. It was actually the only time I probably used Indiana Jones. Okay.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, see, I had to take you back there on the Wii. You slide that right in there, put your little save file on the SD card. You was like, hey, ooh, I activated. Now I can install Boot Me and everything else. But then they came out with Banner Bomb. It didn't even matter. You know what I mean? You didn't even need the disc. I still kept it somewhere because I was like, oh,
and then I saw one where it's completely useless, but you can even just do it through the browser now.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Browser hacks. Man, see the times we've come where it's just like, it's so wide open. It's like, hey, imagine now you could just go on the internet.
Tear the console down and probe it with a pair of tweezers to go to this website in the internet browser and wait 2 seconds.
Yo, that is so funny, man. And imagine if we could just get on our Xbox One Series X, just go to the internet and click bing, and it's like, one moment as we hack your system. Congratulations, you are all hacked. Oh my gosh. That's too easy. It's too, let's stop. I'm just jizzing all over myself. Does Letterbomb still even work now that Nintendo shut down their online services? I have no idea. You know what I mean?
It does. I use Letterbomb to hack my stepsister's Wii a couple months ago.
Letterbomb is still around. It still works. I'm glad to hear that, man. Letterbomb, such a beautiful moment in Wii history. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, Letterbomb. You remember when you first told people, they were thinking it was all complicated. It was like, man, I need to have it. You was like, hey, think of Letterbomb, man. They're like, Letterbomb.
When I was originally going to have my Wii, my parents were like, no, you can't do that. That's dangerous. And then it was just like, you put files on an SD card and click funny boom boom letters.
They're like, yo, you did it. Oh my God, this has to be brand new. Oh man, that was the stuff. Those were good old days, man. So now I can stop shedding my tears. Pandemic for the kids and gaming. Do you think that kids are spending too much time gaming and they should be doing something else? Or do you think this time might be helpful even for kids?
I think I think there is being too much time spent, but the problem is that that's an overall metric. The problem is right now there's nothing much else we can really do. Family time can only go so far when, like, you're trapped inside 24/7 almost for over a year, for close to a year. And at some point you're just like, screw it. There's nothing I can do in the real world anymore because I can't go out to find new things to do. I got to stay with the stuff where I don't have to go out.
Yo, that is so true, man. Me, myself, okay. I'm going to start, I got the Beachbody app. I just paid for it. I got to get my 8-pack back, because I've been getting this quarantine weather, just letting it soak into my body, and I feel it. So now I'm about to get swole. I'm about to start bringing back workouts, okay? I might have to, maybe I should play Smash Brothers and beat the whole game while I'm running the entire time.
That's why I'm glad I got VR. I'm going to go have workout with Beat Saber.
Nice. And I heard about Beat Saber and looks so much fun. Oh, I could imagine playing it. It just looks so much fun. But keep doing that workout, man, because I think in this time, we ain't getting no other workout. I'm a dude that played basketball every week with my family. My dad, my brothers, we play every week. And these are, 2-3 hour sessions of just grown men. I know it sounds a little terrible, but.
Is that why you come into the podcast every once in a while, Super Sway?
Yeah, it's exactly. I come to the podcast, I'm already dripping. I'm like, hey, thank you for calling NickMoses05. No, I'm just but nonetheless.
No, that sounds like you after like being a 10-year smoker.
I've always
NickMoses05 podcast. Who I have on the line?
Who do I have on the line? But I will say I've been one to be like, I've always been used to being in shape, and since this has happened, the one thing I can't do is basketball. It's one of the things I enjoyed most. It was one of the things where I left my family and my wife was like, oh, you're leaving again. And the kid's like, oh, Dad's going to basketball. My son's like, hey, I want to, it was a beautiful ritual that completely got taken away. It was so bad that I went and bought a basketball so I could shoot by myself. And I actually pretend I'm playing with people. So I'm not going crazy. I just need some interaction. So I go, get off me. And one. And they're like, what are you doing? Nobody else is playing. So I got people, like, what are you doing? But for me, it's the only thing I can do. I can't do nothing else. So VR, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm gonna invest in the Oculus too. I'm just gonna get it. I got the Windows mixed reality headset, but nonetheless, I don't want to have to bust out the PC every time. Okay.
The only problem though is that you have to log in with a Facebook account, which I think Andre and Mitchell mentioned, but you're chill with Facebook, so I don't think you really care about that. But Andre Mitchell is very anti-Facebook, and so am I to an extent. But you know what? You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, some people are anti-Facebook. Facebook's taking over. They're taking all your information, all your data. They're selling it to all these people. They put up what they want to put up, and they don't care. Okay, that's typically the way it goes. And for me, I see it as the same way. But I use it. I use YouTube. Okay, YouTube has their ways. Facebook has their ways. Hell, I just had some dude on Twitch come here and spam. Twitch has their ways. I probably couldn't even get any revenue from Twitch using Restream. They're very strict against that. So I would have to stream directly from Twitch. They all got their little ifs, ands, or buts. So, try to work around them, and we deal with that. Now, one thing I want to talk with you, because I know you're familiar about. I've heard that you were a representative at some point of Codex. And being a representative of Codex, sir, I take it that you may have heard or experienced pirated games having things put in there by devs to purposely deter you from playing or finishing the game. Have you ever experienced that?
So I said this in chat. Yes, kind of. Phasmophobia, you might have heard of it, that ghost hunting game.
Yep.
That got really popular. So that game, I actually had a pirated copy of that before I bought it, and there's a private server mod you can install that would have allowed me to play it, but it didn't work. So I was left with a game that didn't work after spending like an hour trying to configure it. So that was the only time I really got screwed over. I guess the second time was actually a VR game. The Five Nights at Freddy's VR game, because everyone's like, oh, you gotta play it in VR. So I downloaded it, Problem was, damn thing wouldn't install no matter how many times I tried it. I tried like 500 times to get it to install, and every time it would have some like, it just either wouldn't install, it wouldn't extract, it would give me an error. That game was broken.
Yo, and it's so funny that you mentioned that. You know, especially with putting games like, oh, I download this game, and you try to, oh, can I pick it up in Steam, or can I? Hey,
for a half second, I just remembered something. When it comes to the Facebook stuff, there's actually bounties out, even by Palmer Luckey, the guy who founded Oculus initially, to actually jailbreak the Oculus Quest 2 so that you can remove the Facebook requirement and honestly possibly just completely replace the whatever like operating system it uses.
Dag. So imagine that. That would be big if you could just replace that operating system. No longer have to check in with Facebook. You know, oh, imagine Facebook.
So
imagine people.
Pirate every game.
Yeah, you would have to pirate every single game. But imagine people that work at Facebook. Imagine the pissed off faces just knowing we own this and they changed it. Ugh. They're spitting at the ground.
Yeah, well, there's 3 points to that. One, you can always use the mobile app to buy the game and then, you know, download the pirated version and load the APK up. So there is that. You don't technically have to truly pirate all games, but also, given how strict Oculus seems to be with their policies and stuff, with like how you can easily sideload to the headset, but they make it very clear that they'll ban you if you pirate. It wouldn't shock me if either A, they found a way to disable your headset, or they started doing a Nintendo and releasing hardware revisions, or, you know, I feel like they would take some pretty drastic measures, you know, just straight up figuring out people who have modded their headsets and suing them personally. You know, it wouldn't shock me if they started pulling some petty shit.
Yo, it wouldn't shock me either, especially after I learned about eFuses. I'm like, yo, oh my God, you're right. Update, bam, we caught you. You're like, how? Trust me, they know. Okay. So, my man, Dead Specimen, any last words you got to say to the people before you are out?
I got a couple quick things. Number one, holy shit, I went through the entire my entire call without mentioning SX except for that one joke at the beginning. We gotta fix that. I actually don't really have much. I will say that there's a tutorial out by Aesthetics on YouTube to fix if you bricked your SX core trying to flash it with spacecraft. There's now a proper way to sort of fix it.
Nice.
Just solder some wires to the SX core, plug it into your computer using a programmer, and you can reflash the bootloader.
Nice.
So there's that.
That's real nice.
Secondly, I know I was joking about my W, but I mean, hey, it's still looking like, man, Alec, I know what y'all were saying. I talked to some of the other people, and they were saying, no, they still exist, but that ain't looking like how it is. We're going on another week of having no updates on anything, not even just the firmware, but on the cores, and if they're going to be used this thing, you know. Can we still got something? You know, what's going on, bro?
Oh, yo, your W, man. You might as well go ahead and put a ring on that finger, man. It's looking like you got you a keeper, man. You might got you a keeper.
Well,
I don't know.
Kind of got us soon. You know, it's not leaving. It's cooping itself up in here, and I'm kind of getting sick of it.
Yo, my man, Dead Specimen. As always, I know you're going to be in the Discord. For those who don't know, my man is in the virtual chat in the Discord. I'm going to try to jump in there. I'm starving. I have to piss. I got a couple things I got to do. So my dog, as always, love having you on the channel. You take it easy, my dog.
See ya, bro.
Later, man. Everybody, I appreciate you staying in. And Alchemy Gaming said, don't follow anything Static says. Oof. You right. Oofer. Now, he said he bricked consoles and argued with me that he didn't. Next thing you know, he makes a video called The Invisible Brick. So this guy is somebody. Alchemy, you know what? Go ahead and preach, man. You can talk about it in the Discord. I got to head out. That sounds like nice, good. So Dead Specimen recommended Aesthetics, I think his name is, and Alchemy Gaming said, no bueno. Okay, you guys discuss that. It's your boy. I appreciate everybody tuning in as always. Love you guys. You guys keep the channel alive. I'm going to be streaming live sometime during this week. I'm going to keep the podcast Sundays, but I want to do game streaming and also mention the virtual chat. I did see Alchemy Gaming mention that. So I do want to do that and actually stream some of those. That would be nice to stream. So right now, got to go eat, come back. It's your boy, NickMoses05. MoFam, we are